Steve, you are the MVP. But hey, everyone, hope you're all doing okay. Long time no see. I did have to unfortunately cancel my stream last week. Last Thursday was supposed to be Galakrond Warrior, and I had a family event, to attend to, and then so I delayed it to Friday. And then Friday, I was just mentally and physically drained. I just didn't have the energy to stream, or at least an enjoyable stream, right? So I did have to delay, unfortunately, but here we are. At long last, we will finally finish off the Galakrond series with Galakrond Warrior. Also, how's it going, Steve, Zenny, and Sparina? How you guys doing? Yeah, thank you for pointing out the muted mic. I am very glad that there's people here right away, so I didn't have to talk to myself for 20 minutes without anyone saying anything. Sparina, yeah, I have heard, people sometimes switch from YouTube to Twitch and vice versa. And one thing I have heard multiple times is that the latency on the Twitch side is lower. So typically, I guess people are hearing me and getting responses faster on Twitch. But some people enjoy YouTube better, so it's up to you. Also, Zenny says, Paul, Standard's fun again. Yes, so we have a lot to talk about today. Blizzard threw us all for a loop. I was expecting the expansion teaser to be today, and then tomorrow they would announce the expansion and have a patch with it. But instead, they did the teaser on Sunday, and then they announced the expansion today. So I'm going to go over the expansion announcement. We'll talk about the cards revealed so far. We'll go over the patch that was released today, because there was a patch accompanying it. So yeah, lots to talk about. And hey, Leo, how are you doing today? So for anyone who hasn't seen, the new expansion is called Perils in Paradise. It's a vacation resort themed expansion, which I have to say right off the bat, I'm not trying to complain here, but I'm a little bummed that we're getting two goofy expansions back to back. I like the goofy expansions, don't get me wrong, but I kind of like when they flip-flop a little more. So, and the last expansion was very goofy. It was literally toys and like a toy shop. So yeah, I was hoping for a little bit more of a serious expansion, but I'm assuming the next one, the third one this year, will be. So fingers crossed there. But Zenny says, yes, there is a lot to unpack. So Perils in Paradise, next expansion, comes out July 23rd. Yep. 145 new cards, standard stuff there. The first keyword they showed off is tourist, which I'll talk about it a little bit more when I actually get into the cards themselves. But the basic idea of tourist is it allows some dual class deck building, with the restriction that it only applies to cards from this set, and it only applies to specific pairings. So you can see in the chart down here, it basically shows you what cards each class can dip into. So Paladin can dip into Rogue cards, Rogue can dip into Warlock cards, etc. But the thing to keep in mind is Paladin will only be able to use Rogue cards from this expansion. It's not like you can just put any Rogue cards in your deck, right? So the idea is there's these 5 legendary, or sorry, not 5. There's a legendary for each class that has the tourist keyword and it has a class with it. So you can see the Paladin legendary says Rogue Tourist. So that means that when a Paladin puts this card in their deck, they can then put Rogue cards in their deck as well, but only from the expansion, as I mentioned, which is still cool. I think this is Blizzard kind of dipping their toes in the water with this mechanic. And because I don't know, I feel like it might be a nightmare to balance, right? Because I've talked about dual class cards in the past, where dual class cards on paper are a great idea. But the problem is they're very, very hard to balance. And most dual class cards essentially aren't even dual class cards. Most dual class cards are 90% of the time only played with one of the classes. So I'm very curious how this is going to work out, because say the Paladin and Rogue, for instance, right? Is Rogue going to get cards that are only good in Paladin decks? That's what I'm wondering. because I think this might be a nightmare to balance. But regardless of how it turns out, I am happy that Blizzard is doing this, because I literally just last week, I think we were talking about Magic and how Magic allows you to, combine the different classes into different decks. And I always wished Hearthstone had some version of that. So the fact that they're dipping their toes into this and trying it out, it's a good thing. I am all for Blizzard trying new things and experimenting. And if it fails, like, at least they tried, right? But if it goes well, they could expand on this in the future, which I think would be cool. But hey, Amy, how you doing? LNS Warrior Druid is scary. Yeah, so I'll be honest, I haven't looked at this whole picture yet. So let's see. Paladin gets Rogue, and it seems like it's going to be on, like, based on like low-cost cards, or specifically low-cost spells. Death Knight gets Shaman, which seems like it's going to be based on like spell school effects. Rogue gets Warlock. Warlock gets Death Knight. That might be kind of cool. Those are two of the classes I like a lot. Death Knight gets Shaman. Shaman gets Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter gets Priest. Priest gets Hunter. That's a very interesting combo there. Like, it's like two opposite ends of the spectrum, right? Priest is all about, surviving and restoring health and delaying games, and Hunter's the opposite. Hunter's just smork. So that's a very interesting combination there. Hunter gets Warrior. Yeah, Warrior gets Druid. That could be an interesting matchup. Druid gets Mage, and Mage gets Paladin. So like I said, it's a very kind of narrow mechanic. They can only use cards from that expansion, and it's only one specific class, but it's a start. So I think it's a really cool idea for sure. Zenny says, it would probably break the game if the expansion restriction wasn't there. Oh, 100%. Yeah, if they just opened things wide, 100%. That you couldn't balance that. It would be impossible. Cartman, what do you think about the return of Gen and Baku? Without getting into it too much, I don't want to stray off topic too much. I think it's a cool change. I like them shaking up the meta before new expansions come out. Cartman, we have to wait for the cards this expansion. Yeah, so the reveals, where are they? The reveals are kind of picking up faster than I expected, because Blizzard sometimes has a bad habit of announcing new expansions, and then you have to wait like a week or two before reveals start. So they revealed a few cards today, which I'll go over, but then reveals are kind of trickling in every couple days going forward, which is nice. So we don't have to wait too long. And I'll be honest, I would rather the reveals be trickled in over a few weeks versus like loaded into like a few days or a week. I would rather a couple cards a day spread out versus every class in one day. So I like that. I like that they're spreading them out a little bit. Amy trying to cook Odd Warrior Highlander, but I think I should go the even route. Yeah, so Wednesday, I'll look at my schedule. I think I was planning on doing viewer submitted decks. So maybe I'll have you guys submit even and odd decks on Wednesday for me. We'll go that route. But the deck building restriction is fun. Yeah, that's the thing, right? One advantage Hearthstone has over Magic and other physical card games is the ability to do, deck building restrictions like that. Yes, Magic can do it, and they have done it in the past, but it's a lot more clunky and it just doesn't work as well, right? But with a digital card game, there's so many options for like, kind of like breaking the mold, versus normal kind of deck building and gameplay restrictions. So I wish they would dabble into that some more. I like deck building restrictions. I like start a game effects, stuff like that only digital card games can really do. Spernia says, by the way, I don't like the class pairings, but maybe this particular expansion will really bring some nice synergies. I've already tried Odd, Reno, Demon Hunter, and the deck worked out pretty well. Warrior, Death Knight is the best pairings, but I don't like the others. Yeah, there definitely is some interesting pairings there. Like, I feel like Warlock, Death Knight very much makes sense, and I can see them kind of pairing up together. Paladin Rogue is very random. The Warrior Hunter is very random. Like Mage Paladin makes sense. Yeah. Some of them make sense. Some of them are kind of weird. But we'll see. It all boils down to the kind of cards they release, right? You know, say with the priest and hunter pairing, right? Maybe they're going to release some more late game hunter cards, some more like control-y hunter cards, which I've always kind of wished a viable slow hunter deck was a thing. So we'll see. Slanichas, sorry if I say that wrong. Looks like there'll be dragons and hunter. Oh, that could be true. If they keep the dragon priest thing going, could be some dragons and hunter, which they've had dragons with hunter in the past, right? Spherenia, yeah, mage paladin and hunter warrior look so odd to me. Really, I feel like mage and paladin kind of makes sense. They're both like spell heavy classes, right? Like, yes, paladin lately is much more of like a minion focused aggro class, but I would say at least in terms of like class lore that paladin is a more like spell heavy class, right? So I think that pairing kind of makes sense. Can mage get the paladin tourist for spell discount? I don't know. How could mage get that? Is there some way mage could generate that maybe? I want to say this effect is crazy. I'll get into it a bit more when I talk about the card specifically. This effect seems very, very strong. Slanichus, I'm looking forward to Druid Mage. Hopefully Aulonius will get something useful to work with. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Druid getting Mage cards and then maybe pairing them with Aulonius. That's a really good point. So that's, I mean, I think if they do it well, this could be one of the best things they've added in a long time. I've always wished that they would enable dual class decks in some way, and this could just add so many more deck building options. So I hope it works out well. I hope it works out well because then Blizzard will do it again, hopefully, right? Blizzard can maybe expand on this mechanic in the future in some way. Yeah, I think it's cool. Hey Julio, how you doing? Do expansions usually add more than one keyword? Yeah, I would say on average, the expansions add like, I would say they add 2 to 3 like bolded keywords, and then they also usually have 1 or 2 kind of like side mechanics, you know. And I get, so I'll keep going because like this is kind of like a good segue. So another thing that's going to be in this set is these refreshing drinks, which if you know the hunter spells, you know, the, what is it, Barrel of Monkeys and the banana one, basically the cards that you get to use 3 times, they're basically expanding on that, and this is going to have 6 more of them. Which, and then they give an example here of a shaman version. So shaman got Malted Magma, which is a 2-mana deal 1 damage to all enemies, and you get to use it 3 times. Which I'll say right off the bat, I think this card's crazy. I think, you know, think of the 2 hunter cards, right? They're very good cards. You know, it's just a lot of value for 1 card. And think of Shaman with like spell damage, right? Keep in mind, this hits all enemies. So this hits the opponent's face as well. I think this card's crazy. You know, this is so much value in 1 card to either clear boards or to push face damage. Like, tell me if I'm crazy, guys, but I think this card's insane. You know, you roll spell power totem or drop some kind of cheap spell power. It's potentially multiple board clears in 1 card. It's a bunch of face damage. Because I'll say, you know, the hunter, like the Barrel of Monkeys and the banana one, I feel like I kind of undervalued those cards, but then seeing them in practice, they're very good. So yeah, kind of to answer your question, Steve, you know, this expansion will have, I would assume, at least 2 keywords. Usually 2, maybe 3, but then there's like kind of like these like side mechanics. So they have the refreshing drinks. They also have the locations, which I'll get into. But yeah, so it's like depending how what you consider like a keyword, it's like 2 to 4 per expansion, I would say. Shanid, I'm not even going to say your name again because you said Snow Links. Okay, I'll keep that's way easier to say. Thank you. XD, Big Priest is back for sure. We'll see. I like Big Priest. Big Priest, depending how it's built, can be very annoying, but I think it's a cool deck. Osfold, could you theoretically build a deck for like Priest, with the only Priest card being the Tourist and the rest is Hunter or Neutral? Yeah, I don't see why not, right? You know, granted, you're essentially only going to have like, what, 10 class cards. So the majority of your deck would be neutral. But yeah, theoretically, it would be possible to make one of these decks, and the only card in the deck that's your class is the Tourist Legendary. And then you put all of the other class cards in and neutral cards. So that is, I don't know how good that would be, but that is an option. Yeah, that would be funny. Hey, that's a good challenge for a future stream, actually. Good idea. Sphernia, Paladin will probably receive weak cards in this expansion while Mage strongly needs upgrades. Yeah, I do agree. Mage needs something. You know, Sif has carried Mage for too long. I think Mage needs a real, like another late game win condition or just another strong end game. And because Sif is going to rotate, right? And without Sif, Mage is mostly dead. You know, there is like the aggro spell Mage right now, which is good, but I don't know. It's just not my kind of deck. Arcane Explosion power creep. Yeah, Axel, that's the first thing I saw when I thought of when I saw this card. Compare this card to Arcane Explosion. Yes, Arcane Explosion sucks, but there are some cards similar to Arcane Explosion that actually get played, and this card is so much better than them. Zenny forgot Alonius exists. Yeah, I think that a lot of people probably forgot Alonius exists. Can you go infinite if you have all the tourists in your deck? No, so you can only put one tourist in your deck, and it's tied to one specific class. So Paladins will only be able to put rogue cards in their deck. There won't be any other pairing, at least for this. Maybe with the mini set. I can see with the mini set, maybe them introducing some other pairings. That'd be cool. Cartman says, win a game as priest only using hunter cards. Yeah, I think this will enable like a lot of cool challenges. Sorry, I have a fan blowing on me because it's a little warm in here, and it was bugging me. But anyways, so I don't want to stay on this too long, but yeah, so the tourists now allow dual class decks, which I think is amazing. Even if it sucks, even if it's not balanced, at least Blizzard's trying something really interesting and cool. And if it is successful, hopefully they expand on it. That's what I think. The refreshing drinks. I think these cards will end up being better than people expect. Like I said, I think this card's amazing. But even if it was a little worse, I think, you know, just the fact that you can use it 3 times, at least comparing it to the Hunter cards, it's been very, very good. So next up, we have locations. So there's going to be 6 locations, and, you know, these basically have a condition to use them early again. So traditionally, locations, you use the effect, you wait a turn, and then the next turn you can use it again, right? But these ones will have a way to use them multiple times in a turn. So for this one, this is a Druid location, and it basically says discover a taunt minion, and if you gain armor, it becomes active again. Spore, you are getting banned. Yeah, so basically, you know, you play this, you discover a taunt minion. If you hero power, right? You could hero power because you're gaining armor, and you can use this right away again. So I think that's cool. You know, a cool new mechanic to kind of circumvent the downside to locations. Might be some busted ones. We'll have to see. Sphernia, I recently played against Spell Mage Druid, Spell Damage Druid, and he smashed my Dummery Warrior with 50 health. Yeah, I've seen some videos of Alonius Druid actually doing very well. Zenny says, cool idea, but it's kind of a stinker. I agree. I think this specific card is not great, but I like the idea of it. So we'll have to see what the other locations are, because there's 6 of them. Next up, we have the freebie legendary with this set. It is Marin the Manager, which says Battlecry, choose a fantastic treasure, which are the old fantastic treasures, and you shuffle the other 3 in your deck. So basically 7 mana, you get one of these treasures, and you shuffle the other 3 in your deck. And I said it on Discord, you know, I'm a little disappointed. It's a cool card, but this is a pre-existing mechanic they're kind of just reintroducing. I wish that it was a little bit more unique, but hey, still a cool card. And I'm going to throw it in the deck today, 100%. So as long as you log in, you know, I'm pretty sure just within the next expansion cycle, you get this card for free. So then we got the pre-purchase bundles, which I do have to say something. You know, last expansion, I talked about this previously, but if you pre-ordered Whizbang's Workshop, there was 2 cards that you got for free early on. It was Corridor Sleeper, I believe. Yeah. So if you pre-ordered Whizbang's Workshop, you got instant access to two copies of Corridor Sleeper, which I thought was a very slippery slope. A lot of people were not a fan of that, and luckily luckily Corridor Sleeper sucks, and it wasn't, it didn't impact the game at all, right? But it set a bad precedent, because if Corridor Creeper was good, that is not a good situation. People basically would have a advantage for pre-ordering the expansion, right? And there was a lot of people didn't like it, obviously, right? And there was a lot of posts online talking about it. So I'm very glad that Blizzard listened to that feedback and they didn't do the same thing with this expansion, because I think it would be very easy for Blizzard to just keep doing that, right? It's almost like power creep with it's like pre-order power creep essentially. So I'm very glad that there's no pre-order card or anything like that. But standard stuff. So then we go over to the patch for today. So again, pre-order is up for the new expansion. Log in, get Marin. So the other big thing is Gen and Baku are back. So from today until the expansion launch in about a month, Gen and Baku are back in standard. So we'll see how that goes. I think, who was it? Cartman, I think. Yeah. So Cartman asked earlier what I think about the return of Gen and Baku, and I like them. I talked a bit earlier how I like start of game effects, right? I like deck building restrictions. So I think they're very cool card, very, very cool, very unique cards. Obviously, they got rotated out of standard early because they were meta warping, but I think to just come back for a month, who cares, right? I like that Blizzard is willing to shake up the meta before expansion releases. Before March of the Lich King, they brought the Death Knight hero cards back for a month in similar fashion. So I like that. I like that they're willing to kind of throw some dynamite in the middle of the standard meta right before a new expansion comes out and shake things up a bit. I like it. We'll see how it goes, but I like it in theory at least. And yes, any money creep. Corridor Sleeper was literally Blizzard money creep. Svernia says, I expect a combo deck with one of the locations to be something completely new. Yeah, like I said, I don't think the location highlighted here is particularly good, but I think, there probably will be at least one good location that you can refresh multiple times and have some kind of combo deck. That would be cool. Poncho, as a rogue player, primarily I'm pretty excited for access to Warlock cards. Yeah, I think that's an interesting combo. That's not a combo I probably would have expected, but it's a cool one, for sure. I think the ones I'm most excited for are Warlock and Death Knight, and then... that's probably the first one. That's the big one that comes to mind for me. Warrior and Druid could be cool. But anyways, Gen and Baku are back. If you care about Battlegrounds, buddies are back. I don't care. There's an in-game event coming with some more packs. And then, actually, I'll skip this for now. Basically, new heroes are coming out in Twist next month, so they highlighted them. And then, starting with this patch, you can now disenchant diamond cards. So if you're an insane person and you don't want your diamond cards for some reason, you can disenchant them for basically the equivalent of a golden card. I do not know. I guess if you don't care about cosmetics and just really want the dust, sure, go for it. I would never do this personally, but hey, at least you have the option, right? Also, Svernia, everyone plays Marin in standard at the moment. Yeah, I'm 100% going to play Marin today, and it's cool other people are playing him too. Snowlinks, I didn't think about the tourist chain yet. Could be insanely fun if that worked, although I doubt it works that way. I guess tourists are forbidden for classes they don't belong to. Leo, it's not that bad. Maybe in a slower taunt deck. Yeah, who knows? Maybe like Taunt Druid will come back, like good old Hadronox Druid. Zenisa's Battlegrounds is very fun. No, I don't get me wrong. I don't think Battlegrounds is bad. It's just not my cup of tea. I go through periods where I do get into Battlegrounds for like a month, and then I don't play it for 6 months again. But it's just not my thing for the most part. But I understand it's very, very popular. You go on Twitch, most of the people streaming Hearthstone are playing Battlegrounds, so I get it. This is an interesting part. For anyone who didn't read this far, essentially the way matchmaking worked previously is if you had bonus stars, matchmaking was based on your MMR. So, at the start of the season, you might be in bronze, but you might match up with people in diamond, right? Based on your MMR. And then once your bonus stars ran out, your matchmaking was based on your current rank. So you would only matchmake with people around your rank. But they're changing it. So now you will only matchmake with people based on your MMR, which I think, I don't know. There's weird implications here, because I wonder if with this new method, say you got to like Diamond 5, right? Could you just concede games for an hour or two and tank your MMR and then get from Diamond 5 to Legend playing against like silver players or gold players? Like just shit on your MMR, right? And get Legend? Like the way I read that, that's how it could work, right? Am I misunderstanding that? Or does anyone agree, disagree? MMR matchmaking reduces bot encounters. That is a pro, actually, because the bots are going to have shit MMR, right? So if you're matchmaking against bots, you must not be very good at this game. So that is a side effect of it, actually, for sure. But I don't know. I'm just worried. I feel like if this turned off after you hit like Diamond 5, I'd be fine with it. If it was MMR based matchmaking up till Diamond 5, and then from Diamond 5 to Legend, it was rank based matchmaking, I'd be fine with it. But I just feel like there's going to be a Reddit post next month of someone conceding like 200 games straight and getting to Legend playing against like bronze shitters. That's what I envision here. Spheringia, will you only play Galakrond Warrior today, or also something that uses the new things from the patch? So I will just be playing Galakrond Warrior today because it has been delayed multiple times now. But I'll be putting Marinette in the deck. So at the very least, we'll have that going. And then on Wednesday, I was planning on playing viewer submitted decks. So I think what I'll do is I'll focus on standard for these decks, and I'll hopefully have you guys send me like even and odd decks. So we'll kind of focus on the new stuff on Wednesday, but I will throw Marin in my deck today. Steve says Ubisoft did a similar thing with Rainbow Six Siege, and it turned out to be awful. You end up being bronze, fighting diamonds at a stale 80% win rate. Yeah, because that's the thing, right? Is people will intentionally tank their MMR just to play against people who are bad at the game and shit on them. So it's like they'll concede 100 games, tank their MMR, win 10 games at just shitting on low-level people, and then tank their MMR again. And it's like this endless cycle because people just want to, destroy weaker players, right? So I am worried about this change. We'll see how it goes. Zenny, when's the viewer deck stream? It'll be Wednesday. Yeah. Oh, did I originally say Thursday? Oh, I did. Yeah, actually, Bog, you're right. On Discord, I originally said Thursday. So I might switch things around. Basically, Wednesday, I have off work, and I'll be starting to stream a little early. For the first hour, I'm going to be opening some magic packs, some actually physical magic packs. I thought that'd be fun. And then I think, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll either just play standard myself with some Genin Baku decks, or we'll do viewer submitted decks, or like both. I guess we'll see how it goes. Anyways, to finish things off, they adjusted passive XP gain again just to, make botting less worth it. And then there's a bunch of bug fixes. I don't think there's anything in here that was especially noteworthy. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in here really of note. But I got a question for you guys. Quiz time. Zenny, yep, Modern Horizons 3. Yep, I bought a Modern Horizons 3 bundle. I'm going to open it on stream on Wednesday. I would have bought a box, but it's too much money, man. I live in Canada, and a normal box of booster packs for a new Magic set is like $150 to $200, right? which I would have spent that. But Modern Horizons 3, the set I'll be opening on Wednesday, just came out, and it's a premier Magic set, so it's a little more expensive. And a box of booster packs for that set is $400 Canadian, which I do not want to spend $400. So I bought a bundle. So I'll be opening 10 packs on stream on Wednesday. But still, they're $10 each a pack, so it's $100. Like I said, quiz time for you guys. So looking back on this patch, there was something I, or maybe you as well, was really hoping was going to be in this patch, and it wasn't. What was it? What was not included in this patch that I was 100% sure was going to be in this patch and wasn't, and I was really looking forward to? Who's been paying attention? Zenny says weekly quest updates. That's wrong. You get a fail, sir. Cartman says Reno nerfed. Oh, that was a good one. Well, you're wrong too, though. Also, how many are in a box? So the bundle I bought has 9 packs. Yeah, I might go buy a couple loose packs to open too. But a normal box of Magic cards is 36 packs, I believe. And then, like I said, it's $400 though, which I'm not spending that much. Svernia got it. Julio says Reno nerf. You were wrong. Svernia and Steve both said twist update. So I've talked about it many times now. Blizzard had says that, you know, they were going to keep updating Twist, right? And up until this point, they've only made health pool changes to Twist because they basically said, you know, we can't make real changes unless it's a normal patch. They could only hot fix the health values. And they basically said, you know, next balance patch, like that's when we can make changes. But there was no Twist changes. So that's a huge bummer. I was really, because it's very obvious that there's balance issues in Twist, right? Some of the decks are very strong, some of the decks are very weak, and I assumed that there was going to be changes in this patch. I thought they would maybe tweak some hero powers, tweak some passives, change the decks a bit, because they even said in a previous post, they said because the decks are essentially pre-made, that it's very easy for them to tweak them. So where's the tweaks? You know, we're halfway into the month now. You know, at this point, I'm assuming there won't be any changes this month. Maybe when the new heroes launch, they'll do some changes. But still, at that point, you're a month in. You haven't made any meaningful changes. So I'm super bummed about that. I really assumed there was going to be changes this patch for Twist. Like actual changes, not just health changes. Poncho, the time you spend conceding to lower your MMR, you could just spend actually playing the game, improving as a player. 100%. But the problem is there's psychopaths out there that just want to shit on bad players. So they have no problem sitting there for 2 hours conceding games just to play a few games against bronze players and shit on them. Which I don't get it, right? It's the same kind of people who like aimbot in first-person shooters and do stuff like that, right? Some people just get off on destroying people. And I don't get it. But to them, it's not a waste of time. To them, so, yeah. What else we got here? Svernia and these Twitch viewers are cheaters. I answered as soon as I heard the question. Yeah, I'll say, because of the delay, Svernia and Steve, you guys tied. You guys both get a pass. So, yeah, super bummed that there's no Twitch changes, but it's cool they're adding new heroes, I guess. So we'll see how it goes. So the last thing we'll cover before we actually get into gameplay finally is the cards revealed today. So they revealed like 8 cards or something like that. And like I said, for anyone who wasn't here towards the beginning of the stream, they're basically starting reveals now, and they're slowly trickling them out over the next few weeks, which I like. You know, instead of just doing them all like in 1 week, I like that they're more spread out. Because the expansion still is a month away, right? So basically Wednesday stream, there'll be another reveal we can talk about, and they do some more. What's the 20th? 20th is Thursday. Yep, so there'll be some more cards to talk about on Thursday. And yeah, going forward, probably the first half an hour of the stream, we'll talk about the new cards and kind of the latest developments there. And when the expansion comes out, I will be taking a week off work. So with my work, I get 3 weeks of vacation a year, and my vacation actually rolls over between years. So as it stands right now, I have over a month of vacation just banked sitting there because I don't really take time off. So last expansion, Whizbang's Workshop, I took a week off work and I basically streamed every day for like 6 hours plus. So I'll do the same with this expansion. So when the expansion launches on the Tuesday, I'll probably do like an 8-hour stream that day, and then I'll stream every day after that for probably 6 hours. So that'll be a fun week. Looking forward to that. Svernia, what do you mean, Ty? I was faster. Oh, okay, I'll give it to you. You were a hair faster. Bog Creature, I looked through the new Twist Heroes. Crazy, they're basically adding even Shaman. I'll take a look at them, actually. I didn't take a look at them. We'll take a look. Steve says if someone concedes for 2 hours straight, they would end up in Bronze 2. What's the benefit? Well, no, because you can't drop below colored ranks, right? So if you're in Diamond and you concede 100 games, the lowest you can get is Diamond 10. Like, you can't drop from, gold to silver, silver to gold. So, yeah, they'll drop down to Diamond 10 and then basically maybe play against Bronze and Silver players up to Legend, theoretically. So we'll see how it goes. We've got Marin. His passive is when you play your rightmost card, draw a card. That's boring. 1 mana, shuffle 3 coins into your deck. Actually, okay, that might combo well together. Keep playing coins and drawing cards and doing some stupid shit. Liadrin's passive, after you cast a spell on a friendly minion, draw a card. It costs 2 less, once per turn. And then the mana, or is that the hero power? 0 mana, refresh your mana crystals, lock this hero power for that many turns. That's cool. This is like a Battlegrounds hero power. That's what that reads like. That's neat, though. I like how there's like thinking involved there, right? Like, you could use this every turn to unlock like 1 or 2 mana, or late game, use it for like 1 big refresh. That's cool. Sargeras, passive at the start of your turn, shuffle a 10-cost spell that deals 30 damage in your deck. Okay. Hero power, 3 mana, destroy all minions, only usable once. That's cool. It's like an oh shit button you can use once. And there's actually, you know what's funny? is this seems crazy, right? Shuffling a 30 damage spell in your deck, but then meanwhile, Cthulhu has what, 80 or 90 health now? This won't even deal half of Cthulhu's his health. That's funny. But so my hope is when these heroes launch next month, they bring the health values back down a bit, and then they actually do some like deck buffs to compensate. I think the health adjustments were just kind of like a band-aid fix, like a temporary band-aid fix. So hopefully they drop Cthulhu back down to like 40 or even 50 health, but then just buff the deck as a result. So we'll see. Because if not, this is useless for some heroes. Hey, Svernia, you're on Twitch now. You gotta beat the latency. And yeah, Cthulhu has 80 health, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, but this is not nearly as cool when you realize there's a bunch of heroes. There's a bunch of heroes actually with, like 50 plus health. Also, wow, no delay at all. Oh, like I said, I've heard of people going from YouTube to Twitch before and having a noticeable difference. But yeah, well, like you said too, I didn't realize the difference was that big too. That's funny. So then we have ETC. The passive is at the start of your turn. Give another taunt man in your hand, +2/+2. And the hero power, 1 mana, get a 2/1 rocker with taunt. Finale, summon it. That's kind of funny because you almost wouldn't always want to summon it, right? Because you want to buff it. But because it's finale, you can like play around it, I guess, right? Halvaria, passive, left and rightmost cards cost 1 less. Hero power, 1 mana, choose a minion. It takes 1 extra damage from all sources this turn. That could be interesting. Heartbreaker Hadanis, passive, when a minion enters your hand, give it -. When a minion enters your hand, give it -2 attack and reduce its cost by 1. Okay. Hero power, 2 mana. Give a minion +2/+2. If it's silenced, draw a card. These are like I'll have to see the deck for this guy, because this passive and this hero power are very interesting. We have Storm. The passive, your totems have +2 attack wherever they are. Okay, the hero power 1 mana, summon a basic totem, summon 2 if you're overloaded. Okay, I can see this deck being strong. Yeah, who said this was basically even Shaman on steroids? Steve says Adonis might be a heavy battle cry deck or death rattle. Yeah, see, this part, I had to read this twice. When a minion enters your hand, give it -2 attack. Is there anything that like benefits from that? I don't know. Queen Ashara. After you play a spell, refresh a mana crystal and switch to Naga. Swaps your hero power. Okay. Hero power is either 1 mana, get a Naga that costs 3 or less, or get a spell that costs 3 or less. Okay. So it's like flip-flopping between Nagas and spells. And then we have Tamsin. You have 2 lives. Okay. After you die, your hero power deals damage instead of summoning a demon. So normal hero power is 2 mana, take 1 damage, summon a 1/1 demon, increases each turn. Okay. And then 2 mana, take 1 damage, deal 1 damage, increases each turn. Huh. So, okay, that's cool. So basically you have 2 lives, and I'm guessing it's like Pain, like Demon Seed or Pain Warlock, where you're just trying to kill yourself. And then once you do, your hero power starts damaging them too. That's literally like the Demon Seed. Bog, probably not Death Rattle if you're silencing. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Because if it's silenced, you draw a card. So yeah, there must be a bunch of ways in this deck to silence things. Hey, bruh. How's it going? And Rosticon says Inner Fire. Oh, yeah. That's cool. So okay, there are some neat heroes here. This is super unique. And for anyone who was here for my tier list last week, I did a tier list for all of the Twist heroes. Next month I will be doing another tier list for all of these heroes. So we'll add on to the previous one and do these heroes. Which there's some really cool ones so far. What do we got here? Sargeras is really cool. Both the passive and the hero power are neat. What else we got here? This is kind of cool. But yeah, and this one is also really neat. Having 2 lives and different hero powers. So we'll see how it goes. But once again, I am super bummed that there was no balance changes for Twist. Because basically, I have no desire to play Twist again until these heroes launch now. Which, if there was balance changes in this patch, I would have jumped back in. I would have done at least 1 or 2 more streams with Twitch this month. Or, sorry, Twist this month. But without any balance changes, I have no desire to bounce back in. Which is too bad, because like I said, they introduced Twist with these month-long, like modes, right? But then people are just bouncing off them after a week or two. If they really want people to keep playing them throughout the month, they should be more liberal with these changes or new features or things like that. Like, I truly think that instead of waiting a month to introduce these new heroes, they should have introduced them after 2 weeks. Like, introduce them with this patch. It's not till next month, right? Yeah. Yeah, they should have introduced these new heroes this patch, 2 weeks in. Because I'm assuming the interest in Twist is already weaning off, and this would have been the perfect opportunity to basically jumpstart it back again. Bog says, do you think Tamsin's passive gets around Xyrella? Oh. Oh, no, because Xyrella just says win the game, right? It doesn't say destroy the enemy hero, I don't think. Let's look. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Xyrella just says win the game. Which maybe that's why they worded it that way. Because if they did word it, destroy the enemy hero, it wouldn't work. Where are we? Oh yeah, reach it to win the game. Yeah, so it doesn't work that way. Bruh says, got through every subject this semester, but the thing with the girl has been drawn out. I don't know what will happen. So we got good news and bad news, bruh. Hey, could be worse, right? 50% isn't bad. Why they see D's get degrees, man. It's good. Rastakhan, the priest deck is probably based on big stats, minions that can be silenced and buffed. Oh, yeah. Oh, see, that's true. I didn't think about that, right? Where the passive for Hadanis... So this -2 attack doesn't matter if you silence it. I did not think about that. So yeah, this deck is probably gonna have a bunch of big minions that like can't attack and stuff, right? So they get their attack reduced. Who cares? Or say, yeah, like or if it has like taunt, right? Just get tacked into it still, but then yeah, if you silence it, that is true. Rastakhan, you're thinking big brain. Zek, people are assuming it's still a month. Why not just keep the heroes and keep adding? I'm assuming you mean what I said, right? How they should have just added these heroes now instead versus waiting a month. Yeah, so let's go over to the new cards. So they showed off 2 of the tourist cards so far. So once again, you know, the tourist cards let you dip into another class. So Death Knight is paired with Shaman. So if you build a Death Knight deck and you put this card in your deck, you can then put any of the Shaman cards from this expansion in your deck. So it allows a little bit of dual class deck building. Also, Joe, thanks for the Prime sub, man. I appreciate it. Are you excited for the new expansion? Oh, it's bruh. Thanks, man. Just remembered I had Prime and wasn't doing anything with it. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. But yeah, so like I said, for anyone who wasn't here earlier or hasn't read the release, basically, you know, there's a bunch of pairings that it lets you dip into that class a little bit. So you know, Paladin, for instance, can put rogue cards in their deck, but it's not any rogue card. It's only rogue cards from this expansion. So it allows a little bit of, you know, multi-class deck building. We'll see how it goes. I think it's a super cool idea. But basically, Death Knight gets Shaman, and the battle cry is draw a spell of each spell school. So it's apparently, you know, the focus there is like spell school payoffs. So we'll see how that goes. Zek, no, I mean, like people were saying not worth crafting for a month, but I thought from the beginning that they would just be staying. Yeah, so from my understanding, this twist mode is staying for 2 months. So the current heroes will be this month, and then next month they'll add the next 9, and then I think at that point it's going away until September or something. Who knows why? I think it's crazy that Twist keeps going away for multiple months. But yeah, it's essentially 2 months from my understanding that this mode is staying. And then we have Corpsicle. It is a 2-mana Death Knight spell with 1 Frost Rune. Deal 3 damage. Spend 3 corpses to return us to your hand at the end of your turn. So I will say they learned a valuable lesson from Frozen Touch, because I feel like this is a more balanced version of Frozen Touch. I think that's what it's called. Yep. So Frozen Touch is a good card, you know, but one of the annoying things with Frozen Touch is that you can cast it twice in 1 turn if needed, right? Or if you have things on the board, right? You could cast it, trade, infuse it again, cast it. You could potentially play this card 2 to 4 times in a turn. And I think they really learned a lesson from that, because that was annoying sometimes. So this one you get back at the end of your turn. So you're going to keep getting it back. You know, it's almost like head crack with Rogue, right? You get it back at the end of your turn. But yeah, it can go face. 3 corpses really isn't that much. So I think this is a decent card. Zek says, why get rid of it? Just keep adding heroes and decks like League of Legends. Oh, 100%. But you're also assuming Blizzard, you know, knows what they're doing. Blizzard makes a lot of stupid ass decisions that I do not understand. With Twist especially. I keep thinking about making a video talking about Twist, because Twist has so much potential. You know, when Blizzard announced Twist, I was so excited for it. I was really looking forward to it, because there's so many things they could do with it. And I feel like Blizzard just keeps dropping the ball with Twist, and I do not understand it. I don't know if they have like a chimpanzee like throwing darts at a board to make some of the decisions they do, but I don't know, it blows my mind. So I agree, Zach. I think they should just kept it going, right? Like, what's the downside? Bruss says Blizzard was really conservative with only allowing cards from this expansion. It's probably a good idea. Yeah, I think this is basically them like dipping their toes in this idea, right? Because this could be broken. Like this could be awful to balance. This could result in some really broken decks and cards. Or just might not pan out. You know, I talked about it earlier, but I'm really worried that, say, the rogue cards from this expansion, I'm really worried the rogue cards aren't going to be good for rogue. That they're just going to be good for paladin. So yeah, there's a lot of like possible implications here, a lot of possible balance issues. So I think it's a good thing for them to just kind of dip their toes in it, and if it turns out well, expand on it, or you know, go further with it. So we'll have to see. But I do agree with the more conservative approach for sure. Svernia says Headcrack cries in the corner. Yeah. Was Headcrack ever good? I don't think it was. What did I miss here? They want to create a FOMO effect with Twist, but it's not fun enough for people to care. Yeah, I think that's part of it, right? But like I said, typically people fall off Twist in like a week or two. Like in terms of people keeping people engaged for a whole month with Twist, it's just not working. Amy, is the odd effect working? You mean like Genin Baku? It's not in my odd warrior deck. Did you put like what's it called? Did you put like a Zilliax? Like an even cost Zilliax in your deck or something? Julio, if you use all tourists, technically you can use one deck with all class cards. Well, no, the tourists they're linked to one class, right? So Death Knight only has one tourist card. And it's linked to Shaman. Using a 9-mana Zeliax. So I don't know. Anyone else had any issues with Genner Baku activating? Going forward, though, I talked about this already, but the Druid location, it's a 3-mana location, 3 durability. It says discover a taunt minion after you gain armor, reopen this. I don't think it's very good, but I think that the fact that they're doing the locations with the ability to reactivate them is really cool. So we'll have to see what the other locations are like. I talked about it a bit already, but the Paladin Tourist gives them access to rogue cards, and it says your spells that cost 2 or less cast twice, which, you know, casting cards multiple times is a very good effect, so I don't know. Obviously, a 5-mana 2/6 that kind of does nothing the turn it's played isn't that great. But if this stays alive, right? Imagine like playing your buffing spells on your minions and them casting twice. Could be very strong in like a slower Paladin deck, maybe. Zenny says they got a 71% win rate with even handlock. Okay. Bruh, maybe they can pull it off with limitations. I really like how Legends of Runeterra did it with the Runeterra champions. Each of them has deck building requirements, but they can use cards from many classes. Yeah, so that's the thing, right? Is if this whole tourist idea ends up working out, I could see Blizzard expanding on it. And I hope they do, because I think this is one of the things I'm most excited about in a long time. I think if done right, this could open up so many deck building options and so many cool options. So I hope it works. You know, I hope it works out. I hope they expand on it, iterate on it. We'll have to see. Time will tell. It could be horrible. It could be awful, but I think it's a cool idea. And then Paladin got a weapon, Volleyball. It's a 3-mana 3/2 weapon that says after your hero attacks, get a 1-cost sunscreen that gives +1/+2. So that obviously synergizes with the legendary. You know, 1-mana 1/2. This will double it. So I'm assuming Paladin and Rogue are going to get a lot of low-cost spells. That's my guess. Bro, I just don't want Rogue to have Shudderwock. Yeah, I don't think they will ever completely open dual class deck building. That would be like impossible to balance. I don't see that ever happening, but I can see them expanding on this further. We'll see. Like I said, this this could end up being a huge mistake and very badly imbalanced, but we'll have to see. Rogue, it's got Petty Theft. It is a 2-mana spell. Get 2 random 1-cost spells from other classes. So, Thief Rogue support. I like it. And this is obviously, made with Paladin in mind, right? So that's what it's going to be very interesting to see these class cards, because they're going to be made with 2 classes in mind for this expansion, because Paladin will be able to play this card. So it's I don't know, it's going to be tough to evaluate some of the class cards this expansion, because you're going to have to imagine them in 2 decks. Like Corpsicle. Actually, Corpsicle doesn't matter, right? Because the other class won't really have any way to get corpses. Or no, a corpse is just from any minion dying, right? Who gets Demon Hunter or Death Knight? Warlock. Oh, that makes a little bit more sense now. So imagine you played like a Zoolock deck, right? And you build up corpses and you can keep playing Corpsicle for extra damage. That makes sense. What else we got here? So Druid. Who got Druid? I have to like look at these cards twice, actually. Warrior. Oh, it all makes sense, guys. Man, when I look at the other class that gets these cards, they make even more sense. So Hiking Trail, Warrior can also play this card. So Taunt Warrior can play this card, gain armor to reopen it. Man, it all makes sense. And then Volley Maul. So who got Paladin? Mage. Interesting. So Mage will be able to play this card. And then, yeah, Paladin can play this. And then we have the Shaman cards. Got a 4-mana 3/3 Shaman minion with Battlecry, reduce the cost of a spell from each spell school in hand by 2. Which, this seems really good. Even if you have 2 spell schools in your hand, right? This is essentially a 0-mana 3/3. Potentially a negative mana 3/3 if you have 3 or more spell schools. And who got Shaman again? Oh yeah, Death Knight. Interesting. So Death Knight by itself, I think, only has like 2 spell schools. Frost and something else. But obviously they'll have the Shaman spells, right? Oh yeah, so Death Knight will be able to play this. This would be really good in like a control Death Knight list. Man, I the more I think about this expansion, like the more pumped I am for it. I think there's a lot of really cool ideas. Like I said, this is one of the coolest things I've done in a while, I think. And then we have the neutrals. We got Travel Agent, 2-mana 2/2, Battlecry, discover a location from any class. That is a very big discover pool. This is like an arena card more than likely. And then we got Weapons Attendant. It's a 6-mana 6/4 with Battlecry. If you control another pirate, equip a random weapon from your deck. This doesn't seem worth it. Obviously equipping a weapon for free is nice, but having to play a 6-mana minion to do it doesn't seem great. The only situation I can think of really wanting to play this is in like a Paladin deck, like an aggro pirate Paladin deck, and it can pull out like the hand buff weapon. I don't know. Then we got Drink Server, 2-mana 2/2, Death Rattle, get a random drink spell. So as talked about previously, they're going to do 6 of these drinks. So 6 of these spells that you can use 3 times. So you'll get one of them as a Death Rattle. And then we have the first legendary, the first neutral legendary. It's AFK, 5-mana 0/5. At the end of your turn, give all other friendly minions that didn't attack +2/+2. This seems gigabad. It's a cool idea, but I think if this buffed itself, it would help a little bit, because at least the next turn it would have some attack and be able to do something. I don't know. What do you guys think? This seems bad. And yeah, Zek, Death Knight gets Shaman. Which would be cool, because Shaman has a lot of good spells. Well, historically, right? I guess they can only use cards from this set, but historically, Shaman has a lot of good spells. Could maybe fit in like a slower Death Knight deck. I'll have to see. Steve says 5 mana for a 0/5. The fact that this doesn't buff itself, I think, is a huge miss. Because if you drop this on turn 5 with no minions on the board, it does nothing. It literally does nothing. But at least it would like buff itself the turn it's played, but it doesn't. Cartman, I don't understand why they do cards like these for only a limited amount of classes. Why not give every class a drink? You're right. I think it is kind of weird that they're only doing 6 drinks and 6 locations. Which is weird because that means that at least one class is going to get both. The only thing I can think is maybe the mini set will fill in the rest. Maybe the mini set will give the rest of the classes a location and the rest of the classes a drink. That's the only thing I can think, really. If it doesn't, that's definitely like a missed opportunity. Bruh, unfortunately, they already exhausted the coolest drawback with Gen and Baku. It's so interesting to build a card with only odd and even cards, or a deck with only odd and even cards. I agree. I love deck building restrictions like that. Very few interactions in Hearthstone are as cool as Gen with ETC. It's like you can play odd cards, but you don't have to pay extra. Yeah, I think throwing ETC in is a neat little interaction for sure. Cartman, same with Galakrond and Excavate, missing out on so much. Yeah, so I talked about this last week because I think I was talking about Galakrond with that. How I always wish that they would revisit old mechanics like that and fill in the rest of the classes. Like, imagine they did another Galakrond set and then instead the other classes got Galakronds. Or one day they revisit Excavate, but the other classes get Excavate. Like, that would make sense, right? I don't know why they do that, or why they don't do that. Snowlinks, Weapon Attendant. My old greedy brain wants a Dead Man's hand deck with 10 mana Ignis Weapon. Oh, that's a cool idea. Actually, shuffle a 10 mana Ignis Weapon in your deck and pull it without it. That is a cool idea. Bruh also says, why not give every class a drink? Because they couldn't think of enough puns. That might be it. So where were we? AFK, trash. I think it should buff itself. And then we have Marin, which was added today. It's the freebie legendary. Choose a fantastic treasure, shuffle the other 3 in your deck. And it's the old treasures that we're familiar with. So, yeah, so that's all the cards. So, all in all, I am actually very, very excited for this expansion. I think the dual class thing is super, super neat, and I can't wait to see it in action. Super bummed they didn't do any twist changes. Getting Baku's back, that's cool. What else? Anything else? Matchmaking. Time will tell if this is a good change or a bad change. If it works the way I think it's going to work, I think it's going to be abused. There's going to be a post on Reddit of someone hitting legend by beating a bronze player. That is my bet. By the end of this month, there'll be a post on Reddit of someone hitting legend by playing against a bronze player. That's my guess. Or we need to joke about martinis. I will say, I'm so torn on these videos because on one hand, like, at least they're putting an effort, right? On one hand, they're putting an effort, and they're kind of fun, I guess. But on the other hand, oh, they're kind of cringe, man. I don't know. I watched them because I like that they actually show some of the cards in action. But yeah, they're a little cringe. But at least they try, man. Looks like they're having fun. Cartman, I wish they would release more serious expansions like all the, like, yeah, so I talked about this at the start of the stream where I'm at, okay, so if I had one complaint about this expansion, it's the theme. I am a little bummed that we're getting 2 goofy expansions back to back. You know, Whizbang's Workshop was a very goofy expansion. This one, also a goofy expansion, which I'm fine with goofy expansions here and there, but I like the more serious expansions. Like you mentioned, especially early on in Hearthstone, they were typically more serious. Like, Let me look here. So, Goblins versus Gnomes, serious. Grand Tournament, joke. Whispers, serious. Mean Streets, obviously more serious. Dreamtown Girl, more serious. Knights, serious. Kobold, serious. Witchwood, serious. Boom. There's a lot of serious ones back then. Obviously, they had goofy aspects, right? But like on the whole, they were more serious. Where's the goofy ones? Like, I feel like Madness at the Dark Moon Fair is a good example of them balancing that, right? Where it had serious and goofy aspects. Same with Voyage. I feel like Voyage of the Sunken City had serious and goofy aspects. But yeah, I'm a little bummed we're getting these two goofy ones back to back. That's my only complaint. Leo says, or you could equip the Spectral Cutlass in Rogue with the new Pirate. Oh yeah, pulling out Spectral Cutlass. Although Rogue has so many ways to tutor weapons. Like if you go over to my Thief Rogue deck. So they have Cavern Shiny Finder. Plus, if you want, there's the other one, Instrument Tech. I did not spell right. Yeah, you got Instrument Tech. And then the way my Thief Rogue deck is set up, the only minions in this deck are Tess and the Shiny Finder. So if you were to play Swindle, you have a 50-50 of drawing the Shiny Finder, which draws you the weapon. So I think it's already pretty easy to tutor Spectral Cutlass in Wild at least. But it is a good call out for sure. Bruh likes the middle ground. My favorite expansion was Castle Nathria. Still mad Denathrius didn't get nerfed. I agree. Denathrius should have got unnerfed for Wild. Svernia, will you once make a top or tier list on the fun factor of different expansions? Yeah, 100%. I did the mini set tier list recently. I will do a tier list for all of the expansions at some point. That'll be a longer one. Because the nice thing is, I have played through all of these expansions. You know, I started playing at the beginning of the game, and so I have firsthand experience with all of these expansions. And some of them I remember more fondly than others. But yeah, I'll definitely do a tier list for all of them at some point. That'll be a long one, though. There's a lot of expansions here. Does it say how many there is at this point? Nope. Yeah, I don't know. Snowlings, I honestly love their puns. It's the one thing I'm missing since playing on mobile. Can't read flavor text anymore. You can't see flavor text on mobile? That's too bad if so. All right, let's get deck building finally. I don't want to stray on this too long. So I believe someone sent me a Galakrond deck. Let me look. I forget who it was, but I believe someone sent me a Galakrond Warrior deck last week. Is it in the Discord? Do you have Lynchin and Warmaster Voon? Let me see. I got him. Lynchin? What is that? This one? Barista? I don't, if so. Bog, was it you who sent the Galakrond Warrior deck? Where is it? It was you. Okay, let me copy this. Sverny, I hope this deck will be Renathal, Reno, Galakrond Warrior. Okay, so this deck is it is a Reno Renathal deck. It's odd. All right, I will have to refresh some stuff or replace some stuff. So Nelly, I did disenchant this card after it got nerfed the last time. Never ended up crafting it again. What else do I not have? I feel like, was Bulwark nerfed? Because I swear on my life I had this card. I don't know if this card was nerfed and I disenchanted it. Because I remember playing this card. I don't know. Weird. I was so close to crafting this card the whole time I was in Standard, I never got around to it. Anything else? How many quests did you put in here, bro? You put 3 quests. I don't have any of them, actually. Wow. Cartman. Here, let me put this in. Is this a different deck? Nope. All right, let's check this deck. So, I guess, as a reminder, now that we've moved on, I will be playing Galakrond Warrior today. So today is the 5th Galakrond stream. So we're finally at Warrior now. I don't have a ton of experience playing Warrior or playing like Galakrond Warrior. So we'll see how it goes. Because Galakrond Warrior, for anyone unfamiliar, it was very like Smork based. You know, the hero power was giving your hero +3 attack, and the battle cry was drawing some minions and buffing them up. So it very much promoted like a Smork playstyle, which isn't really my thing. So I don't have a ton of experience playing it. Svernia, it doesn't contain Reno and Renathal. Cartman is my old deck, based on creating as many copies of Scion as possible. Oh man, I don't have this. All right, what'd you say to replace? But Marinin? Oh man, I feel like I need this card, right? Does there have any legendaries that can golden legendaries I can disenchant? I think I have one more. Golden legendaries are like my safety deposit box. If I ever need... Oh, Magtheridon's not getting nerfed, right? I have a regular and a gold Magtheridon. I was hoping that it would get nerfed, but I don't think it would. Because Magtheridon's not the problem, right? It's Window Shopper that's the strong card. Alright guys, if Magtheridon gets nerfed, I'm gonna be pissed, but I need the dust. Alright, so we'll craft another one of these guys. Alright, so we got regular Galakrond Warrior. What's a Smork playstyle? Smork is just like going face. Like, ignore minions, just keep hitting face, essentially. Leo, make a Reno Renathal deck with only neutrals. That's a good idea. This deck is a fever dream. You should be able to search for golden legendary. Oh, I did not know that. I could type. Oh, interesting. All right. I think... Yeah, I have Infinitize, but it's still standard. I don't want to disenchant it. I think these are... Yeah, those are free. 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 I think these are all free. I got Whizbang. I crafted gold. I think these are all free. Yes, the only one I really have left is Infinitize, which I still play, so I don't want to disenchant it. You gotta listen to the Smork song. Yeah. How could you forget to put Cho once again? Oh yeah, so here's what we'll do today. For an hour, we'll play the regular Galakrond Warrior deck, and then for an hour, we'll play the Reno Renathal Galakrond deck. So, yes, we will add Cho. Wherever he is. Yep, add Cho Gall. Is Marin in this deck already? Add Marin. Missing any Galakrond cards? We got Shield. Don't have Devoted Maniac. Don't have Kronks. The weapon in here? Nope. Awaken? Yeah, we got that already. Triple quest. I don't actually have any of those quests, funny enough. Bro, you gotta head out. Thanks for watching. Hope I see you next time. Have a good night, man. Arda, I've been playing since 2016 and still haven't opened a single golden legendary. Damn. Yeah, so prior to me starting to buy golden packs, because for anyone not familiar, you know, you're guaranteed a legendary in your first 10 packs, right? That also applies to golden packs. So you are guaranteed a golden legendary in your first 10 golden packs. So what I started doing the last few expansions is once I have like the whole set, or like at least all the rares and commons, I start buying golden packs every 400 gold until I get a legendary. Because it's essentially a freebie legendary, right? Because if you don't want it, it disenchants for the full 1600. But prior to me doing that, I think I only opened 3 golden legendaries in my entire 10 years. But yeah, I've opened more now because I started buying the golden packs. But yeah, outside of golden packs, I've only opened 3, I think, ever. But yeah, that's the big brain play, Arda, is after you have like most of the set, or, you know, however much of the set you're kind of comfortable with, buy golden packs, because you will get a legendary within the first 10. A lot of people don't realize that they have separate pity timers. Okay, word block rock and roll. All right. All right. Anything we want to cut here? Or any other fun cards you guys want to add? Oh, is this an odd deck? Oh. I might take Baku out just because there's a lot of good odd cards I want to add, right? Like there's a bunch of invoke cards that are odd, or even, I mean. Yeah, I think I will take it out. We'll still do Reno Renathal, but we'll take out Baku. I think I'll adjust this. I like the keyword soup version. Leo's first golden legendary was Tyrantus. I am sorry. Cartman, my first golden legendary was Cario Rome. Oh, you're disappointed? That's the Paladin one, right? With the, you take half damage? Oh, that's Lightforge Cario. Okay, what's the other Cario? Oh, okay, yeah, that sucks. when you said Cario, I thought you meant this one. I was like, that's cool to get golden. This one, not so much. I didn't open a single golden legendary from 2018 to 2022, but recently opened 2 signature legendaries in a row. Wow. Yeah, I talked about it like a month ago or something, but I haven't opened a signature legendary in like 3 expansions now, which is crazy because I'm buying 100+ packs. I'm buying like 150 packs per expansion, and I haven't opened a signature in like 500 packs. Leo's got both Tamsons in gold. Nice. Rosticon's first golden legendary was King Mukla. It's so funny. Like, it's obviously such a high of getting a golden legendary, right? But then that high goes away when you realize that, like, it's a shit legendary. Whoa, what was my first golden legendary? I disenchanted it at this point. I think it was King Crush. I think my first golden legendary was King Crush, if I remember right. Which, if you're a Hunter player, that's cool, but not so cool for me. Got to do it like Crip and open 1,000 packs per expansion. Yeah, so I typically... So, last expansion, Whizbang's Workshop, was the first expansion I ever pre-ordered. I've been playing since beta, and I never pre-ordered a single expansion until Whizbang's Workshop. And I only did it because of streaming, because I wanted to make sure I had enough cards to, like, play interesting decks for you guys. But other than that, never pre-ordered an expansion. I've never bought a single Tavern Pass, ever. I typically spend $0 to $50 per expansion cycle. Usually what I do is there's a $25, 20 American, but there's a $25 bundle that pops up every so often. It's like 20 packs and 2 legendaries or something. Let me see. There's a lot of shit going on here. Oh yeah, signature Genin Baku. That's cool. $50. Not cool. Let me see here. Oh, these bundles are actually good. These like bronze, silver, gold, etc. bundles, those are a pretty good deal usually. But yeah, there's usually a deal like this. I'll probably end up buying this. Basically $15 American for 12 packs and legendary. It's not bad. But like I said, I don't typically pre-order. I don't buy the Tavern Passes. One day I'll go full whale. If I if I make it on YouTube and start making some money, I'll go full whale one expansion and pull a crypt. I never understood why the original 3 mana 5/5 Mukla barely saw any play. It always looked nice. What is? Give your opponent 2 bananas. Yeah, that's true. In early Hearthstone, a 3 mana 5/5, really, really good. So I guess the downside, right, if you think about it, if they played a 2 mana 2/3, and then you play the 3 mana Mukla, and then next turn they banana trade into it, doesn't feel that great. Then they play a 1-drop. Yeah, that's my logic, I guess. All right, anything? All right, what do we want to take out here? Let's get through this. Focus. I drop that. Get rid of the pirate package, maybe? Keep the Steam Guardian. Devoted Maniac. Alright. I like athletic studies. Let's add that. You're tearing apart the original deck. I like it so much. Crush it. No, it's only because I took Baku out. Yeah, there was a bunch of even cards I wanted to add, so I did take Baku out, unfortunately. Execute Garrosh's Gift. I like Risky Skipper. I miss Risky Skipper. That's a really fun card in Standard. Shield Slam. This will draw Ziliax. Bash, Blade Storm. Actually, what I'll do too, I'm gonna run an ad on Twitch while I work on this deck a bit, just so there's no ads once I start playing. So I'm gonna run a long one. I'll run a 3 minutes just so there's no ads for an hour. So if you get hit by the ad, I'll see you in a few minutes while I build this deck. These are tradable now, aren't they? Oh, they're not? Those should be tradable. All right, if you guys got any suggestions, feel free to throw them out there. Sure, Needle Rock Totem. Shield Block. I like Bellowing Flame. Is Chorus Riff in here? Yep. From the Depths, I like that card. Yep. Heavy Plate, I don't think I need. I like Lord Varov. Take him. Man, compare Reckless Fury to Sanitize. Actually crazy. I'm gonna do, at some point, I'm gonna do a video, like a power creep video. And that was an example that popped in my head. I don't think I want to put the Excavate package in. I don't think I have the space for it. Aftershocks. I like Igneous Lava Gorger. I like Kargath. Kargath's fun. We'll take him. Sanitize does give you armor, though. Yeah, but also it doesn't spend your armor, right? Like Reckless Flurry or whatever it's called actually spends all your armor. So imagine you had like a shit ton of armor, right? And you did it to wipe like a small to medium sized board. Feels bad. Outriders X. Add Zilliax. I got Zilliax already. And Reckless Fury is one of those strongest board because it clears at the time. Yeah, it shows the level of power creep for sure. But brawls, there Bridge Riff, there is. Take out Direhorn Hatchling. I like this card. I'm gonna throw it in there. Maybe make them discard something fun. Man, Super Collider was a great card. But Sanitize. Gotta put Boom Boss. Did I miss Bran? Where's Bran? Oh, isn't he? He's a million mana now. Never mind. I forgot he was so expensive. I like Tidal Revenant. I have to cut some cards though. Sure, we'll put Odin. Shield Shatter? Sure. Old Reno and Zeph. Good choices. Alright, we gotta make a bunch of cuts here. Athletic Studies, I'll probably cut. I know a guy. Maybe Risky Skipper. Risky Skipper isn't as consistent in like a Reno Renathal deck, right? Shield Town Crier. Cut that. Zephyrs. Hook Fist. Oh, these cuts are getting harder. Oh, Abyssal Bassist. Remornia is fun with Black Rock and Roll. I'm gonna... Oh, I don't know. Oh, I gotta cut 5 cards still. Okay, let's cut Athletic Study. Yeah, cut Execute. 3 more cards. With that low of a curve, eventually the Ungoro Elise. Oh, I always forget. Do I have that card, actually? Oh, I don't. I forgot they made this a Highlander card. That's cool. I should craft this eventually, maybe now. Oh, man. 3 more cuts. Maybe Kargath. As cool as it is. Disruptive Spellbreaker 2. Oh, I have a lot. I have a lot of 7 pluses. Tidal Revenant, Okara maybe. Cut Odin. How many win cons do you really need? That's true. Yeah, that's true. We have what's it called? Galakrond to like push face damage, I guess, right? Sure. We'll cut Odin. I'll probably cut Tidal Revenant too then. Obviously, it's stronger with Odin. 1 more. Maybe Kargas. Cut the 3 Rinse. Riffs. Don't forget about Murmia. Spherinia, which card do you mean? Boom Boss seems random. I feel like if I have a Reno Warrior deck, right, I don't know. Boom Boss is a good card, right? I need 1 cut. Oh, the rifts. Kargath or Disruptive Spellbreaker. I think that's what it's down to. They're both not, neither of them are like amazing cards. They're just like fun cards, I guess. Maybe Kargath. All right, so this is Reno, Renathal, Galakrond Warrior. Maybe cut Totem. Yeah, actually, you're right. I've talked shit about the Totem many times in the past. Imagine spell breaking a CNE. Yeah, I Spellbreaker I'll keep. But yeah, there's been times the totems bit me in the ass. And there's so many times my opponent plays the totem and I just leave it because it actually draws more cards than you want. All right, so let's get going finally. An hour and a half in. So let's go wild. We'll start with the normal deck. Get a couple wins hopefully and switch over to the goofy deck. But yeah, Wednesday I will be starting the stream early. At least an hour early. I'm off work that day, so. Druid, okay. But yeah, so I mentioned it a bit earlier in the stream, but I will be starting an hour or two early on Wednesday, and I'll be starting the stream opening some magic packs. So that'll be kind of fun. I'll set up a camera like pointed down, and I'll open some new Modern Horizons 3 packs for anyone who's familiar with Magic. I think I'll keep this. 2, 3, maybe coin out. Oh, actually, I'm glad I kept Kargath in the other deck, because I forgot this Battlecry draws minions. So drawing like a buffed Kargath or Kargath Prime with this, that's nice. Zilliax off this is nice. Yeah, a lot of good options. Is Magic easy to get into? I think so. I think, you know, I've taught a bunch of people how to play Magic, and I always tell them that Magic, to me at least, Magic is a very easy game to learn. Like, to me, the basics are very basic, but it's a very deep game. You know, just teaching the basics of like how to play, how to spend mana, how to play minions, how to play spells, things like that. I think it's very simple and straightforward, but it's obviously a lot of depth to the game. And it depends on like your local scene as well, right? And for some cities, there's, you know, a lot of stores and a lot of people that play Magic, others not so much, and it kind of depends on like your friend group. But I think in terms of just learning the game and learning how to play it, the basics, I think it's pretty simple. Cartman, since you're plat and you face normal decks, it's probably hard to compete with older decks. Back then, this deck had very much value, but I guess I can't compete. Oh, yeah, so I will say the matchmaking change really sucks for me. Because when I'm at lower ranks, granted, I usually have bonus stars, but say I get to like platinum and my bonus stars run out, right? I was at least playing against platinum people, but now I'm going to be playing against diamond people. Like I'm going to be playing against higher MMR people. So that is a bit of a bummer for me playing janky decks. Actually, I didn't think about that. But yeah, if you're interested, Steve, if you have like a card store in your city, Wizards, like the company who makes Magic, they actually provide like freebie decks to the stores. So you can walk in and actually ask them if they have any like free beginner decks, and more than likely they do, and they can just give you, obviously like they're full of like cards worth nothing, right? But they have some free pre-made decks that you can use like to learn the game and stuff like that. I actually have a bunch of them that I keep on hand just like to teach people the game. By the way, is the game really quiet to anyone? Or does the volume seem okay? It seems really low to me for some reason. Zek, directly printing for Modern and Commander ruined the game. Both should be downstream for collections. Now there are new players who only play Commander. Yeah, I think... What is this? Interesting. Oh. That's a cool combo. So what was I saying? You know, I think the fact that I was like, why can't I attack? The fact that Commander has gotten so popular, it's like a double-edged sword. On one hand, I think it's very good. I love Commander. It's the only format I play, and it's the only format I've played for 5 years now, at least. But yeah, I don't like how Commander has warped all future products. You know, even standard sets are made with Commander in mind now. You know, I saw like a graph recently showing how many legendary minions were in each set. And for a long time, there wasn't a whole lot, right? And now in modern sets, there's like 4 times as many legendary minions because of Commander. So I agree. I don't like how it's warped the meta in that sense, or like products in that sense. What can you do? Sounds fine to me. Okay, good. Yeah, no, it just seems really quiet on my end. Is Magic available online, or is it just in real life? So it's both. So I primarily play physical just because there's something different about just playing like a physical card game, right? It just hits different. I will play Magic digitally from time to time, but I primarily play it physically. But yeah, look up Magic Arena. Magic Arena is the digital client for Magic. You know, like it's pretty modern. It came out, whatever, 5 years ago or something. So yeah, check it out if you want to look into trying Magic. I forgot about that as well. Cartman with Barista Lynchin. You can do a combo Scion Breed or Barista for much value, but without Lynchin, just try to get as much value from Voon as possible. Oh yeah, doubling these with Voon. That'd be fun. So I need 2 more Invokes. Also, who watched my my recent top 5 video? Do you agree with my choices? Or think I'm crazy? My last top 5 video was the top 5 best hero cards, and Guff was number 2. It's so funny because in all my top 5 videos, there's always like butthurt comments, people who think I'm crazy for picking certain things. But it's just my opinion. You know, everyone's got different opinions. Some cards you think are strong, I might think are weak. Some cards, you know, I think are weak, you might think are strong. But yeah, Guff was my number 2 best hero card. Which I could see the argument for it being number 1, but my logic was Reno was number 1 for my video, just because Reno's neutral, right? Reno can fit into every deck. That kind of pushed it over the limit a bit. All right, trade. Trade. Next turn we'll Galakrond. Trade. Those were kind of shitty trades there. Like shitty for me. Wasn't very efficient. But yeah, Zach, like I said, I agree that I like and don't like how Commander has warped Magic as a whole. So I get it when I see complaints from like standard and modern players online, how they're annoyed by it. What? Okay. Svernia doesn't agree with Zul'jin. He's interesting, but he's never been strong. Maybe I just remember him differently. I don't know. I just, you know, I remember a meta, at least, where Zul'jin was played, and Zul'jin pretty much, you played him on 10 and he just won the game. But maybe I'm remembering that with rose-tinted glasses. Drawing 4 is a lot, actually. Ooh, that's big. Ooh, Kronks. All right, guys, face is the place. Cartman, there was a strong Spell Hunter deck. People just don't remember it. Yeah, see, I remember a deck like that where Hunter just played tons of spells that, you know, dealt damage to your opponent and then dropped Zul'jin and replayed all of them and you're just dead. So I guess my logic was that Zul'jin is essentially like a 1-card win condition, right? I think that's why I rated it highly. But I kept flip-flopping. There was like Cariel. Cariel was almost in the top 5, as well as there was something else. But I kept flip-flopping. Like to me, what was it? Guff, Shadow Reaper, Anduin, and Reno were the top 3. Easily. And then number 4 and 5 flip-flopped a bit. And there was a few other options I almost included. Do I have lethal? 5, 8. Yeah. I can math, guys. Right? Yeah, okay. All right. First game. Win. Spherony with power creep, it's difficult to compare old and new heroes. If comparing how good they were in standard at the time, Rexxar is top 1. Yeah, I was kind of leaning towards rating them on how strong they were like at the time. Like I was rating them kind of based on how impactful to the meta they were. So not necessarily how strong they are now. Which maybe I could have made that more clear. You know, it's really funny because some of my videos, I feel like I don't make it clear enough how I'm rating things. And then people get upset about it in the comments. And then I had a video recently where people said in the comments, I explained myself too many times. So I just can't win, man. Either I repeat myself and I explain too much my thought process, or I don't explain it enough. There's no winning. It's one way or the other. Did you consider Frost Lich Jaina? I didn't consider it for the top 5, I'll be honest. It's definitely in the top 10. That's a shitty turn, too. Sphernia, Rexxar was used by every possible hunter. That time that hunter did not have a strong single legendary, but Rexxar was so huge. Cartman, I mean, it's your opinion. People complaining about it and arguing against your choice is just dumb. Oh, I agree. 100%. And I've said that to some people that it's just my opinion. You know, like I'm not saying like this is the strongest card or these are the top 5 best cards. These are the top 5 best cards to me. This is what I believe are the top 5 best cards. So I agree. People getting all bent out of shape for me voicing my opinion, I think it's funny. I don't take it to heart. I just think it's funny. Don't buff them. Don't buff them. Don't play the 3-mana minion. Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't let the YouTube comments get to me. I'll be honest. 99% of my YouTube comments are very, very positive. But every once in a while, you get a dumbass. But I don't take it personally. Stop playing cards, man. Gul'dan was a powerhouse too. Oh yeah, I loved Death. Oh shit, what was it called? Oh, I forgot the name of the card. But yeah, the Death Knight Warlock hero card. I did love that card. I think this is just done, right? All right. That was my first invoke, right? Oh, yeah, it was. So this isn't even active. Next turn, I could play this, trade into one, face another one. We'll see what he does this turn. He is overloaded too, actually, what helps a lot. Yeah, Snowlinks. That druid played a lot of cards last turn. No. Stop playing. Stop mana cheating. All right, that's not that bad. Holy shit, man. Yeah, I'm over it. Turn 4, guys. He had 13 cards left in his deck. Hearthstone in 2024. All All right, we'll play a few more games with this deck, and then we'll switch over to the Reno Renathal. Have you ever been killed by a druid on turn 1? I don't think I have. Have you? I'm assuming so. Yeah, Leo, like you said, I loved the Death Knight Warlock hero card. That was such, like, it obviously it hasn't aged the best, but back in the day, ooh, we're keeping him. Back in the day, it was really, really fun. That hero power was so strong. Or Dr. Boom, great and interesting hero. Yeah. So now that this is the end of the Galakrond series, the next series I'm going to do, I'm probably going to wait a couple weeks to start it, but the next series I'm going to do is going to be the Death Knight hero cards. So basically, that one will take a lot longer. There's 9 Death Knight heroes versus 5 Galakronds. So it will take me 2 months to get through, but I'm going to do, every week, I'm going to do a stream dedicated to each of the Death Knight hero cards. Which is good because I honestly think every one of the Death Knight hero cards are like unique and are interesting. So hopefully be some good streams there. I coin this out. Whatever. Severity, it's a great experience. I recommend it so much if you consider deleting the game. Oh, interesting. Huh. It was like anti-thief rogue tech or something there. But yeah, like I said, I will do a series for the Death Knight hero cards. That'll be really fun. Let me look at them again. Knights of the Frozen Throne. Oh, he's playing Kargas too. Smart guys. Paces the place. Alright, Knights of the Frozen Throne. Legendaries. So yeah, Malfurion the Pestilence, or Pestilent, hasn't aged gracefully, but it was okay. Deathstalker Rexar is amazing. Frostlich Jaina was amazing. Uther was very good. I've still played Uther in 2024. I played a combo Uther deck a couple months ago. It was really strong, actually. I got the stats here still. I think I won like 11 games in a row or something stupid. Let me look. Where is it? Exodia Paladin. Yeah, I won 11 games in a row before I stopped playing it. Crazy. Might as well use the Invoke. Yeah, so Uther, good. Shadow Reaper Anduin, great card. Valera. What's Valera again? Gives you the thing in your hand. Yeah, that doubles the next card. Great. Raw, cool for Evolve decks. Blood Reaver Gul'dan, was just talking about that. I would say the only Death Knight hero cards that aren't like super interesting are Warrior and Druid. I think all the rest are really cool, and like you can build interesting decks around them. So yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be a good series. All right, got Galakrond. Let's see what we pull here. That's a little annoying. Lose the battle cry. That's a good evolve target though, right? Just chill. Exodia Paladin is nice, but it's a bit slow compared to other combo decks. Yeah, I don't know. If you get Nosdormu off on 4, you Uther on turn 5, win on turn 6. I don't know. As like I said, I think I was in Diamond at the time, and I won 11 games in a row. I played 15 games, and I only lost 2. Actually, both were to Rogue. And then I won 13 games. It really surprised me how strong the deck was. Snowlinks, except for the Shaman Death Knight, I agree. They were all pretty cool, but I did not have the full time for them because I would return at the start of the year the Raven. Yeah, the Shaman Death Knight hero, I will say, like at the time, I don't think was that amazing. But since then, Shaman has got so many evolve tools that I think that card has only got better with time. And it's still not like amazing. Like I don't think it's played in evolved Shaman decks, but I don't think it's bad. So 2 more invokes. What is this? Your rush means you're immune to turn their summons. Okay. And this is after friendly minion attacks gain +1 attack.
So many choices.
I play Marin. Let's just play Marin. That's a cool intro. I don't want that. The crown? Sure.
His will be done.
Trade the Reborn, just chill. That's chill. Always take the wand. So my only worry is this deck has a lot of draw in the sense that Galakrond draws 4, right? So I just don't know. I was a little worried drawing 3 cards. Valier is always too slow for Rogue. Rogue's decks are just not control at all. I don't know. I've played Valier in a bunch of decks. I think the Shadow card that lets you double cards is pretty good. Obviously, it's deck dependent, right? Also played her in Malagros Rogue. First deck I took Legend with. Oh, nice. Hey, this is a nice combo with this guy. So let's go this. All right, I was actually worried the order was going to matter on that. Whoa, that was a big card. What are you going to give us? Ah, we lose that. Oh, that's funny. It triggers itself. The wand allows to play all the drawn cards for sure. But my worry was that my hand would be too full to even draw 3 cards. I guess that was my worry. Leo Malfurion could be tempered with the cards that buff your hero power now. Wait, what's the hero power for Malfurion again? I don't even remember. Oh, it's +3 attack or +3 armor. Oh yeah, the hero power is good, yeah. Yeah, so that's probably how I'll build it, Leo. I'll probably build Malfurion as like a hero power deck. I just think, yeah, for 7 mana, that card hasn't aged as well as some of the other cards. Like, I feel like in modern Hearthstone, that card could be 5 mana. Because power creep is real. All right, there we go, Svernia. We get through the wand anyways. All right. Let's do the crown. Let's see what we get. Battle Cry would have been nice. Whatever, take the big bodies. I'll keep that. Step, you do have a lot of cheap cards left. Like you're at most drawing 15 worth of cards. Yeah, what did we get there? This is 4, this is 3. What's this? 3? Yes, we got 10 mana worth. Even worse than you suggested, Step. That's fine. Wow, okay. All right, we need 2 more invokes. Wait. Wait, does that card give you 1 in your hand? Am I stupid? I gotta look this up. Oh yeah, discover legendary minion, summon 2 copies of it. Oh, I did not even realize that. All right, I wish I took the Utar now. All right, well I know for the future, guys. I'll just rip 2 of these. Fully invoke Galakrond. I could play Galakrond now for the weapon, but I want to get this last charge. Okay, I'm gonna get this out of my hands. Whatever, I'll get this out of my hand too. Because I'm gonna draw 4 with Galakrond, right? Actually, Sharp-Eyed Seeker becomes strong now with Fizzle and Marin. Oh yeah, could draw the Marin treasures. Yeah, I don't know how I didn't realize you got one of the discovered cards in your hand. Well, you learn something new every day, guys. Snow Lynx, Raffle. Yeah, I watch Raffle actually. I've subbed to Raffle for years actually. I like him a lot. Once played a Galakrond Warrior with Dead Man's Hand. I really like that idea of being able to shuffle minions drawn. Oh yeah, shuffle minions in the deck and draw them back with Galakrond. Yeah, that's smart. I was never successful with it. Yeah, I haven't played a Dead Man's Hand Warrior in a long time. Alright, so coin this out. Hopefully we get something to play. Oh, okay. Holy shit. Oh, I thought it was both of them. Alright, still, that's really nice. Let's do this. Give him Rush and Smork. Svernia, it wasn't so in Kobolds, I assume. I guess they changed it. Did they? What's the card called? Zarog's Crown. I think it's just because the way the card's worded. Like, it just says discover a legendary minion and summon 2 copies of it. I don't know. Just the way it's worded and the way I read it, I was discovering something to summon 2 copies of. Oh! Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, Syria. Oops. Yeah, so look at Zarog's Crown. In 2023, so a year ago, it was changed to now add the discovered card to the player's hand. So I'm not crazy. So up until a year ago, it never added the card to your hand. Okay, so that's why I thought that. Do I just drop this? Just get a 12-12 on the board? And yes, Faraday, we're not crazy. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, and I thought it worked that way now. Well, did they buff any of the other treasures too then? Let's go to Togwaggle. Let's click on all the treasures. Toland's Goblet, they never changed. Wondrous Wand, they never changed. Golden Kobold. Oh, it's weird they changed the one, but not the rest. Step, I used to like Dead Man's Hand a lot. It's a little disappointing. So many classes have ways to just go infinite with no effort. Yeah, at the time, Dead Man's Hand was obviously very, very unique in that regard, right? It's so common for classes nowadays to just generate infinite value. Jeez. It's so common for classes to just generate infinite value now. But yeah, at the time, Dead Man's Hand was very, very unique. It wasn't, common for decks to just go infinite like that. I kind of want to double these, but I need to drop some cards from my hand. Let's do this. Get this out of my hands. Just get the buff. Alright, so probably next turn I'll play Kronks into Voon. Double up these guys. Man, Cartman, your deck is wiping the floor. Svarnia, I'll be hospitalized tomorrow for a few weeks. I'm not sure if I'll be able to attend streams. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, they'll be waiting for you when you get out, but hope everything's okay, and hopefully I'll be back soon. If you got Wi-Fi in the hospital, maybe you can watch my videos. So I will be editing the Twist tier list tomorrow, and I'll be releasing that on Thursday. I'm really hoping it's not a pain in the ass to edit. It took me 2 hours to get through that tier list with you guys. So let's get this out of my hands. I'll summon an 8/8. Actually, I play him 1, 2, 3. Yeah, my hand won't be full or anything. Play him. Yeah, sure. I thought about hero powering and going face, but actually I'm gonna hold that. I have so much damage on board, like who cares? My birthday's on the 10th of July, and I really hope I'll get back home by that time. Oh, what is it? 17th, but a month? What day of the week is the 10th? Let me look. It's a Wednesday. All right. Well, if you're back, we'll do a birthday stream for you. How about that? My birthday is not till September. But I'm going to do some kind of fun stream for both Canada Day and 4th of July. I have to figure out what I want to do. I thought, so for 4th of July, like American Independence Day, I thought about making I thought about making a Hearthstone deck that was full of like guns and stuff, because in Showdown with the Badlands, they added a bunch of cards with like, you know, like gunslinger cards and stuff like that. That was my current plan, was to do a gun themed deck for Independence Day. I still might do it. We'll see. All right, so summon copies of these guys. Maybe. Oh, yeah, because I copied them. Duh. So what's this gonna spawn? Dragon Breeder. It's a little annoying. Wait, what? Oh, because my board's full. Oh, I can avoid. I can actually avoid getting it spawned. That's nice. Oh, big brain play. I didn't even think about that. All right. Snow Links, most fun interaction. The Dead Man's Hand. Galakrond was playing Kronks for both effects. Yeah, so when I did Galakrond Rogue, I basically built the deck with, was it Togwaggle Scheme. So Togwaggle Scheme is the rogue spell that shuffles a copy of a minion into your deck and it upgrades every turn. So basically the goal of my deck with Rogue was to shuffle a bunch of Kronkses into the deck. And I was shadow stepping them and break dancing them. It was a fun deck. It wasn't great. Like, I didn't win a lot of games, but it was a fun deck. Like when I actually got to the point of being able to play a bunch of Kronkses, it was really fun. Also, what's this guy playing? Taunt Death Rattle Warrior? Do you like even or odd decks more? Odd is the upgrade, right? I always get them confused. Like even is making it cost 1, odd is the upgrade, right? If so, I like odd better. Just because I feel like even decks are typically focused more on like aggro, which isn't so much my thing. Actually, do I just win here? Let's get this turn over with. Yeah, I win, right? Oh no, he's 34 health, I have 30. Shit. Whatever. Just smork, guys. Smork, smork, smork. But yeah, I like odd more, just because even is more aggro and rushy, which isn't really my thing. But the odd decks are kind of typically slower, more control-y, and that's my jam. The goblet is the one that you draw a card and fill your hand with it, right? The reduction enables a more aggressive play style, while the upgraded hero power provides more value. Yeah, I'm all about value, man. So I like odd for sure. Actually, question for you guys. What does Gen do to Demon Hunter? Because this hero power already costs 1. Does it do anything? Does it make it cost 0? I feel like they should have updated Gen's text to say, instead of your base hero costs... Oh, it does nothing. Okay. I feel like they should have updated Gen's text to, instead of say your base hero power costs 1, they should have said your base hero power costs 1 less. So it would have done the exact same thing for all of the classes, but Demon Hunter would have cost 0, which at least would have done something, right? Also, damn, Cartman, your deck is killing it. And here I thought I was going to lose a bunch of games. All right, let's do it, guys. Let's switch over to Reno, Galakrond, Renathal, Warrior. Step, thanks for the prime. You guys are throwing all the primes at me today. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Cheers.
Magni versus Scarlet.
Oh, I forgot I have Cho in this deck. The first card drawn on a player's turn is one they can afford. Oh. There's a whole tavern brawl face like built around that, right? Death Knight. What's Death Knight playing in Wild? If this is a cockroach Death Knight, I swear, guys. Keep this just in case. I'll keep this whole hand. If he plays an early game thing I want to get rid of, I can bash it. If he does nothing, I can shield block on 3. Reno as an oh shit. Oh yeah. For my deck, that's actually really true, eh? Like, considering this is a Reno Renathal deck, it's not very consistent. So giving us a draw each turn we can afford, that is huge, actually. You're right. Oh, okay, Reno. Actually, I'm missing triple symbol Death Knights. Yeah, I miss Triple Blood. I really liked Triple Blood Death Knight before rotation. So I am bummed that it's not really a thing anymore. I'm really hoping this expansion, though, Blood Death Knight gets some cards. Because if you look at actually all of the Death Knight cards, pretty much since release, Blood hasn't really got anything. You know, I feel like, I don't know. It's like they designed Blood as the control archetype, but then they decided, we don't want to support it. We actually don't want it to work. We don't want there to be like a control Death Knight. It's really weird. I think the last Blood card was Helm of Humiliation sucks ass. Yeah, exactly. I think before Helm of Humiliation, there wasn't any Blood cards for 1 or 2 expansions. Oh, so my hair is driving me insane today. I'm getting a cut this weekend, so it won't be falling in my face next week. And yeah, Snow Links. Yeah, there's a Tavern Brawl with Cho'Gall's effect. Yeah, I think it's a cool effect. It's nice for my deck, as mentioned. Just Renathal? Yes. The problem is that they started designing only different symbol cards. There's no triple single cards. Yeah, I've talked about it in the past, but I love and hate the rune system with Death Knight. On one hand, it's super cool. It's super unique. It's a nice idea. But on the other hand, it's so hard to balance. You know, when Death Knight first came out, people were only playing triple rune decks, right? It was either triple frost, like freeze aggro, it was triple unholy, like you know, flooding the board, or it was triple blood control. And then after rotation, they made a bunch of rune changes, and now people only play rainbow. So we've basically went from one end of the spectrum to the other, where you only play triple rune to now where you only play rainbow. It's just so hard to balance. Step, I just don't think they can properly balance the types, even with just the number of cards. And that doesn't help, right? Is that Death Knight is essentially 3 classes squished into one. Like, it's 3 classes with 1 class worth of cards. So you are right 100% that the number of cards is not helping things. I'll just shield block. I have Sanitize as a clear. I have Barov as a clear. Oh, we got Marin for next turn. John, what tips would you have for trying to run Galakrond Warrior in the modern day? Don't play this deck. That's the first piece of advice I'll give, is don't play this version of the deck. Let me look at the last deck. The last deck surprised me. Where is it? Galakrond Warrior. Yeah, so it was based around Scion of Ruin, which is the 3 mana 3/2 Rush Dragon that if you've invoked twice, it summons 2 copies of it. So basically copying and buffing that card. Yeah, I don't know. It's been very hit or miss with Galakrond. Some of the Galakronds have been absolute shit, and others have been okay. Also, damn, that was a nice play. I could just sanitize. That's not the worst.
Maybe
Leaves a 5/1 up. And maybe next turn I could swing and kill whatever undead is on the board and then bash that. Step, it's a fun gimmick, but I don't think it works long term, which is probably why every Death Knight is a rainbow soup now. Yeah, part of me would not be surprised if they just drop the rune system at some point. I don't think it would be for like a couple years, but part of me can see that happening. Part of me can see, holy shit. Part of me can see them saying, you know, we tried it out, you know, it was an experiment, it didn't work out so well, and, you know, we think for the health of Death Knight going forward, we're just not going to use the rune system. I can see that happening at some point. I'm at 49 life, right? I just chill and Reno next turn? Yeah, just Reno and chill, guys. John, thanks for the advice. I love the deck back in 2019, 2020. Have a bunch of the cards sitting around in my library. Wanted to give them new life. Looks like Hand Buffoon would be the way to go. Yeah, let me post the deck code for you. You can use it as like a baseline. Yeah, so if you want, go ahead and import that deck. You can use that as a baseline. That's what I went with. I would probably drop the Lackey weapon. But yeah, it worked better than I thought. Oh, look at this. Beautiful Reno board.
looking for a stand-up? Careful, it's against me.
Oh yeah, and John, as Cartman said, put Barista Lynch in there if you have it. It can combo even further with that deck. And Step, honestly, I think corpses are unique enough to give the class flavor without runes hindering design. You're right. Also, damn, I got kind of low on life, but I got Reno. I'm fine. If I bear of... I can get to 13. I'm okay.
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
I'll just bash his face. Oh, that'll still be active next turn. I'll take that. I'm gonna bash his face just in case. I don't want to risk dying here. And yeah, Step, like I said, I'm very curious. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. No Leroy or some shit. Actually, Leroy's not dead. Oh, okay. I'm still alive, right? Oh, God. This game was going so well. Why did I just Reno? I got greedy. Sparingly, I enjoy runes. I wouldn't want them to disappear. Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? I like runes too. I think the runes are a really unique design, and in theory, they're really cool. It's just in practice that they're not going so well. Like I said, you're either like one side or the other, right? Either you're going all in on one rune, or like right now, you're just splitting yourself between them. If they could get Death Knight to a point where there was good triple rune decks and rainbow decks, it'd be perfect, right? But they haven't really been able to get to that point, unfortunately. I'll keep sanitize. On Reno. I should have played Reno last turn, man, but I didn't think he'd be able to burst me like that. And yeah, Cartman, and that's the thing too. If they just took all of the rune restrictions out, I almost feel like Death Knight would be like a jumbled mess. Like, I feel like there would be no clear direction for the class. It would just be like a, like, what's it called? Jack of all trades. It'd be like a jack of all trades class. But like wouldn't excel at like any individual thing. I don't know. There's similar mechanics in other CCGs, and they learned how to balance them. Yeah, but the problem is Blizzard we're talking about. I said it earlier in the stream, but Blizzard makes some of their design choices by like a chimpanzee throwing darts at a board, so it's no surprise they can't balance Death Knight. And see, I'm glad you guys agree with me. Blizzard doesn't learn. It's Blizzard and there's a million classes now. Hellion 4. Oh, Cockroach and Wild, guys. Hellion 4. Love it. Is Lava Gorger? Take the Invoke. Hopefully he doesn't shuffle my deck. In 2028, we can get the Monk class that requires QTES. What's QTES? Am I dumb? What am I missing there? Also, I would agree. I would assume that Monk is going to come at some point, right? I don't think it'll be for a while. Aw, you bitch. Can I invoke this? Yeah, if I coin. Oh, don't shuffle my deck. Don't shuffle my deck, man. Please. That's not the worst. Oh, quick time events. I was actually wondering if that's what you meant. Yeah, can you imagine? It's like a martial arts class, and you have to quick time event different moves. Oh, no down with the ship, please. Okay. Cartman, I still have hope though, because there's so much more Blizzard can add from WoW, for example, like new classes or tribes. Yeah, I think, you know, if Hearthstone, because for anyone who hasn't played WoW, you know, all of the classes in WoW, they have skill trees, like in an RPG, right? And I don't know if it still works this way or not, but historically, there was basically 3 skill trees for each class, and they were all a little different. You know, like Paladin one tree was like for a tank, one tree was for a healer, and one tree was like deal damage, right? That's where the rune system for Death Knight is from. And I think if Hearthstone launched with a system like that, it would have been cool. And they would have had a lot of more time to like balance it, right? Because imagine, right? Imagine all of the classes had like different runes that you could play the classes different ways. I think that'd be cool. But obviously that would be a total overhaul of the game at this point.
One dose solves any problem.
Oh, is this a rainbow chromatic explosion deck? Oh, I could make him discard it maybe. Oh, frozen. God damn it. I forgot I was frozen. I was going to attack here and clear the board. Whatever. Bruh's returned, and must say I despise the rune system. Yeah, people are very divided on it, for sure. Like I said, even me, I'm divided on it. You know, on one hand, it's a cool idea. It's a unique idea. It's just not panning out so well. And I think part of it is because blood is the most interesting rune to me. And like I said, blood has got the least amount of support, I would say. You know, since the launch of Death Knight, blood has got the least amount of support. I don't even think that's an argument. I think it's just a fact. So hopefully this expansion, every expansion, I keep hoping they'll add some good new blood cards. We'll see what happens this expansion. Oh, I just realized this is shut off forever. Playing for who's playing Cockroach Death Knight in Wild? Do I just drop this guy? What's he got in his hands? A weapon, something from ETC. All right, just discard something good. I was really hoping you would discard like C&E or something. Okay. Not feeling so great here. Reno's useless. Galakrond next, or not, like Shield of Galakrond next turn. Barov into Blaze Storm is a board clear. Sanitize is probably a board clear. Remorny is not bad. Cartman, in an early state of design, they wanted Alexandros to remove... Oh, yeah, I read about this. Yeah, they wanted to remove 3 max HP from the hero, just like Azerite Snake. So I agree that's too strong, but I really hope they would dabble in the idea of that more with Blood Death Knight. I wish they would explore the idea of lowering the opponent's max health and raising your max health more in Blood Death Knight. You know, outside of Vampiric Blood and the Primus's ability, I don't think there's any other ways to raise your max health, but I feel like that's such an easy thing to do with Blood Death Knight, right? I wish they would explore that more. It's so funny to hear the phrase Reno's useless. Yes, we can thank the cockroaches for that.
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
Face trade. Oh, I forgot. I forgot we have Reno. So one more invoke to fully invoke Galakrond. Health manipulation is such an interesting mechanic. They could invest in that more. Yeah, and that's like when Death Knight launched, I thought that was going to be Blood's thing, was manipulating health totals, whether it be your opponent's health or your health. But like I said, they haven't done anything with Blood since Death Knight launched. So I'm hoping to get some good cards this expansion. Remornia, my beloved. Yes, I miss playing Black Rock and Roll Warrior. Like Trench Stalker. I have a video on my YouTube actually. It's one of my first videos I released where I made a Trench Stalker with over 1,000 damage. That was fun. Oh, I feel like I have to Kronks, right? Actually, this trade, yeah, I can clear. I can clear, but I can't Kronks and I can't Bridge Riff.
Follow my lead.
Alright, please don't CNE me. Bruh, it's cool to give class specialization, but I think they should do it by letting us choose between different hero powers. Oh, that's a cool idea. The rune system effectively makes it so a deck only has access to 1 entry cards. That's a really good idea, actually. I never thought of that. Where instead of the rune system, give each class 3 hero power choices, which each of those hero powers basically being like a different skill tree, right? I've never thought of that or heard of that before. That's a good idea, man. Snowlinks, I agree with the runes, and I'll add with only 10 cards per expansion. There sadly was not enough room to fully expand on every rune. Yeah, Blood was really left alone, left behind. Yeah, and that's part of the problem too, right? Is that there's just not enough cards per expansion. Like, they even said themselves that every expansion, they essentially have to focus on 1 rune, you know, because they don't want to spread it too thin. But the problem is, every expansion since Death Knight release, it's been either Frost or Unholy. There hasn't really been like a Blood focus. I have to Kronk. I need Galakrond. Oh, also, it really sucks Zephyrs isn't active. Bro, I'm looking for a job. Send my name to Blizzard. Yeah, man, that was an A+ idea there. You should suggest it to the chimpanzees at Blizzard. They'll put it on their dartboard, and maybe they'll hit it eventually. Step Blade is one of my favorite legendaries. Yeah, it's a cool legendary for sure. Very unique. Priest alternative hero power, 2 mana, you have no cooldown timer on emotes. Oh no, more face damage. Oh, I need one more invoke too. Does this still get rid of the freeze? Does anyone know? Let's try it.
Looking for a standoff? Careful, it's against me. One
Easy.
shot is all I need.
I'm gonna rip the weapon there, just in case I get an invoke and I get this weapon. I will lobby them to revert Denathrius. Yeah, I'm very, very surprised they didn't revert Denathrius. I feel like that was such an easy move to make. It wouldn't be overpowered in Wild at all. Okay. No more freeze weapons. I don't think we win this game. Do I just Galakrond?
If I could, I would.
Yeah, I feel like I have to. Get some extra health, get some beefy minions. Oh, okay, that helps. That doesn't help. Oh, that helps. Oh, I forgot it's got 2 battle cries. Okay. Okay. Now we're cooking. I can't attack for another turn, but I'll still just might as well equip it, right? Oh, I can't. Oh, okay. Oh, do I want to draw, though? Do I want to draw? No, I'll do 3 damage to face. I'm going to leave this up so my Kargat has something to attack into next turn. Triple Frost Plague is rough. Yeah, for all of the plagues to you know, when he played down with the ship, yeah, it shuffled 2 Frost Plagues, which Blood and Unholy honestly aren't even that bad. Frost Plague is the most annoying one by far. Alright, maybe I don't Kargat. Maybe I played the Taunt Lifesteal. Or I just top deck that. That works too. All right, am I? What's he got in hand? He has a weapon. Don't tell me this is another freeze weapon, man. Can I actually attack? Also, the problem here is he does have 3 damage. Okay, that's fine. I still heal 10. Oh, see, absolute dummy. He should have just shot his own Reska. All right, thanks for the heal for 10, buddy. Do you have access to Arena? I can't buy a ticket for some reason. I don't have to check. Oh, that was a good one to hit too. Okay. We're just base racing him at this point, right? We're both essentially dealing 3 damage to the other person per turn. Yeah, two more frost. Oh, those were both frost plagues again. Oh man, I got 5, and then 1 of each. That's annoying. Foam renderer hurts too much from a foam weapon. Actually, good thing he hasn't got the head, because he's not generating anything from the hero power, which is nice. Okay. Oh, that was huge. Just do this. Face, guys. Face is the place. Wow, we might actually win this. I'm not going to play the Steam Guardian, because chances are it's going to draw a Plague. I have... Oh, we're not dead. I don't know why you attacked into that. We're still probably dead. No. Can anything save us here? Brawl. Steam Guardian into Brawl. Garrosh's Gift? Oh, that's not enough mana. Boom Boss? Oh no. This will clear a couple of them, but we're pretty low on health. Try to draw Brawl. Yeah. Oh, I forgot I wouldn't. Okay, it triggers twice. What's the last one I played? Alright, a little bit of armor. Doesn't even matter. I think we're just dead still, right? He hits that with his face. Yeah, we're just dead. 5 frost plagues. All right, you know what I'm doing now? We're adding ETC. Oh yeah, check arena access. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, looks fine. Yeah, looks okay for me. All right, well, I'm going to run a quick ad on Twitch, and I'm going to add ETC to my deck and add Steam Cleaner, because I hate cockroaches. So we get hit with the ad, see you in a minute and a half. Nope. Cartman heading out, though. It's 2:30 a.m. Have an important appointment tomorrow. All right. Well, have a good night. Thanks for watching. See you on Wednesday, hopefully. Let's add ETC. I hate cockroaches, man. I don't care if ETC is not that great. I just want to be able to avoid that. Dirty Rat? Let's add that. So So what do I drop now? I have to unfortunately drop something again. Maybe Kargath. Yeah, I'll do Kargath. I like it, but it's not amazing. Snowlink's interesting. Last time I opened Arena, I just got shown that I had 9 free. Yeah, so they changed that recently, actually. I think when they removed duels, I think they changed that. Because when duels was still around, yeah, it used to just say 9+. But if you went into duels, it showed specifically how many you had. But now, yeah, if you have more than 9, it actually shows you. All right, let's get going, though. But yeah, like I said, funny enough, if you went into duels, it always actually showed you exactly how many you had. I have 1,000,000 because I get them from the Tavern Pass. I never play Arena. All right, it's got a couple more games in. I was feeling good about that game too. Wow, what's with this queue? Druid, okay. To be fair, that was the one top deck that could have saved them. Yeah, actually, I forgot that they top decked CNE. Sounds like adding insult to injury for sure. Reduce the cards of all cards in the opening hands. Ooh. I'm gonna toss these and I want to get more greedy. Get some good cards for the discount. Oh, those are all good hits. A little annoying, it helps him more than it helps me, though, because he's got 4 cards. What's your best deck at the moment? I'm making bank with Even Lock. Yeah, somebody on Twitch, actually, a bit ago mentioned that they're having very good success with Even Hand Lock. I'm not sure. I'm going to play Standard on Wednesday. I'm definitely going to play an odd... Actually, no, you can't even do odd Reno Warrior because Deep Miner is even. Maybe I'll do an even Reno Warrior. Will that be any good? We'll try it out. Yeah, I think on Wednesday I'll play an even Reno Warrior. A little too bad you can't. I guess you could do... You could do odd Warrior, actually, yeah, with Odin. Maybe I'll do that instead. Yeah, I'll do this. I'm not going to draw Ziliax because I'll play Blackrock first. Oh, cool 3-mana Blackrock. Yeah, so I think Wednesday I will play Odd Warrior, and I'll play some kind of even deck. Even though even's not really my jam, I'll try it out. I'll leave it up to you guys. I'll let you guys pick the even deck for me. Okay, pretty strong start for him. Now let's get this going. Do this, do this. Next turn, Bridge Riff maybe? Oh, that's a good hit. Yeah, maybe next turn, Bridge Riff, Rokara on 6. Actually, yeah, maybe even Handlock I could try. Even Demon Hunter. Oh, that does nothing, right? Holy shit, this guy's discounts were crazy. Alright, yeah, let's do this. Oh, we're gonna get some beefy thing too. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, so we have Rokara for 6, Remornia 7. Kind of sucks we'll lose the second weapon charge. And Ziliax. The Druid just gonna have no way to deal with this, right? Circus Amalgam. Oh, this must be a Reno deck, right? That's actually annoying. Because Reno is like Druid's only way to deal with this. Oh, I could just Shield Shatter, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Bruh, I wish Odd Druid was a thing. It has by far the coolest hero power. Oh, maybe even Druid. Oh, that doesn't. Wait, I think even Druid with the hero power package, right? Oh, just you can't play the armor minion because it costs 1. So that's annoying, actually. If you want to play odd or even Druid, you have to pick basically buffing the attack or buffing the armor. That's a little annoying. Let's do this. I saved the weapon charge. No, I just hit his face. Oh, that was a good discard. Severity, I'll send you odd Reno Demon Hunter on Wednesday. Okay, sounds good. Even Druid gets the... yeah, so even Druid gets the increased damage and odd Druid gets the armor. That's too bad you can't run both. Actually, I'm fine with that. Because this this Ziliax is just going to stick forever now. Ooh. Just Boom Boss? It's a 15-15. I thought about taking Galakrond, but I haven't invoked once, so I'll keep him in. Actually, it sucks he's on the bottom of the deck. I can grab him with From the Depths, though, hopefully. Yeah, I think I've talked about it before, but I think that's a little annoying. I think the Druid hero power package is really cool. I think it's cool making like your hero the win condition. All right, let's just rip this. Maybe we should have gone face there. I have a lot of potential face damage with Remordius, so maybe I should have gone face. But like I said, I think the hero power package, and I'm glad the hero power package with Druid got like more support. You know, when it first came out, it was pretty popular for a time, and then it kind of just faded away. But then Whizbangs had some good cards, and now it brought it back. So I'm happy about that. Hey Tantan, how's it going? Did you have a good weekend? Playing Galakrond Warrior today, finally. Last Galakrond stream. And I just spilled down my face. Just my mouth, guys. Oh, my hair today. Driving me crazy. Yeah, I think he has no way to deal with this Ziliax, right? Oh, Marin too. Sure, we got to play Marin. Probably the draw, right? So this is going face because I have a shit ton of potential damage. Looks like I'm late. Did I miss anything? The first hour and a half, I talked about the new expansion, the cards revealed so far, and the patch today. And then for the next hour, I played a normal 30-card Galakrond Warrior deck. It actually went really well. I think I won... Yeah, I played 3 games. I won 2 of them. And now I'm playing... Wow. Now I'm playing Reno Renathal Galakrond Warrior. What'd he discard? Zola? Kazaku-san. Oh, wow. I'm surprised he even risked that. Oh, I guess he had to, right? Kazaku-san's huge. All right, I'll probably Ziliax into his Deathwing now. That's nice, too. Yeah, I'll do this. I think he has like no way to deal with this. Except maybe like another Deathwing or something. Cockroaches never die, so you didn't miss them at least. Yeah, I did run into some cockroaches. Bruh, even Druid gets... Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, like I said, I cannot believe he just whiffed... Like, he just threw Reno out there to get rid of a 7-9. That was weird. Very, very weird. With how low... Like, how much Druid struggles with hard removal, he should have kept that Reno as long as he could have. All right, we're winning more games with this deck so far than I expected. I honestly thought Galakrond Warrior was going to be on the same tier as like Galakrond Priest. Oh, I should do a tier list after this. Not like today, but I should do a Galakrond tier list. And write that down. Yeah, now that I've played all the Galakronds in 2024, I'll do a Galakrond tier list. Galakrond in 2024 tier list. That'll be a future stream. Also, what happened here? Both players start with an extra mana crystal. Okay. Keep Reno. If I have Reno, I feel like I don't need Zephyrs. Galakrond tier list might be short. Hey, considering my last tier list was 2 hours long, I'm okay with a short one every once in a while. New card looks good. Did you try it? Yep. So I'm running it in this deck. I've played it a couple times now. Sure. Yeah, on one hand, I do think the new card, Marin, is cool. But on the other hand, I'm a little bummed that it's not like a new mechanic, right? They're basically just kind of bringing back some old cards. But yeah, it is cool. I've played them a few times now. Oh, you mean the format of the video? I don't know. I feel like edited it down, the Galakrond tier list. I could see it being like 8 to 10 minutes, which isn't too bad. I've been releasing a lot of like sub 10-minute videos recently because people don't have an attention span anymore. Like most of my custom card videos are like 6 to 7 minutes. My top 5 videos are usually the same, like 5 to 8 minutes. And it's been working out. Oh, man. Reno might be nice if this is Sludge Warlock. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Bruh, Blizzard should consider printing a good Elise card. Poor girl never got anything. Yeah, I talked about it a bit earlier, but I forgot that they updated the old Elise to be a Highlander card now. You know, the Elise that shuffles the pack into your deck. They updated it so if you have no duplicates, you draw the pack right away. Which I totally forgot they did that. Tantan, they added Gen and Baku to core forever. No, so Gen and Baku are only back for the next month. Basically, from now until the expansion comes out, Gen and Baku are back in standard. Ooh, I do not want Steam Cleaner against Sludge Warlock. Dirty Rat? The other Sticky Fingers makes no sense. I want something on the board. Yeah, I don't want Steam Cleaner. Actually, I could have maybe like Steam Cleanered into Reno or something, but that's okay. But yeah, like I said, Gen and Baku will be back for, was like 5 weeks or so? I think. Let's see, 1 week, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 weeks. Gen and Baku will be back. Which I think is cool. I really like, Blizzard's done this a couple times now, where they basically add, like right before an expansion launches, they add cards to shake up the meta. I like that. Man, I want to get rid of Pop Guard, but the 6 health is a little tough. I might save Dirty Rat and Dirty Rat on like 8, maybe? He has 1 sludge still. Like, even if I double trade here, it doesn't kill it, right? So I feel like I might as well just do this. Feels bad, but yeah. Have you ever tried the best combo of cards in the game? It's Kazaku-san plus Steam Cleaner. I have not tried that combo, no. Hey, Vagabond. Bran plus the new Marin card is honestly hilarious. Yeah, so tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Wednesday, I'll probably play like a Reno Warrior or something like that. So yeah, maybe we'll try out Bran plus Marin. That would be cool. Oh, okay, this is actually a lifesaver. Forge that. All right, so next turn I'll probably sanitize. We'll see. If he like blows his load here and gets me really low, I'll probably Reno. If not, I'll sanitize. And then maybe the Reno the turn after, we'll see.
It's completely safe. Just don't spill it.
Also, bruh, at the very least, it'll be interesting to see Gen and Baku in a controlled environment. Yeah, let's see if Gen and Baku are as broken as they were, you know, a few years ago. So this won't kill this. This puts a sludge on the bottom of the deck. So he'll hit me for 5. I'll go to 11. He'll burn 1 sludge. It'll take me... They deal 4, right? Yeah, it'll take me on to 7. And Reno? And then other Reno? I think I do that. He has no sludge in hand. Wait. Oh, I forgot I was gaining 4 armor. Okay, yeah, I'm fine. I don't think I'm dead here. Vagabond, I really wish they would update Galakrond. Love playing Garlic Reno Priest, but the invokes are so expensive. Yeah, I really wish they would come out with another, like... Oh, am I just dead here? Oh, it's 1 off, right? He's only got 1 sludge, right? Wow. Reno, the goat.
We're gonna be rich.
49 health Reno. Love it. Yeah, I think we won. 47 life. But yeah, so as I was saying, I really wish they would come out with another like Caverns of Time set where they buff up a bunch of old cards, right? Like imagine them doing another Galakrond set where they come out with Galakrond for the other classes and then buff the old Galakronds. That'd be amazing. Invoke is probably the coolest mechanic ever introduced. I also wish they'd bring it back. So funny enough, on my keyword tier list, I think I rated Invoke S tier. Let me look. Keywords. Oops. Yeah, I rated Invoke S tier. And it's funny because I had a couple comments on my video that were like, Invoke S tier, are you crazy? And once again, it's just my opinion, right? This was my opinion. And yeah, Invoke, Galakrond's one of my favorite cards of all time. And I think Invoke is a really cool mechanic. So yeah. Glad we're on the same page, bruh. Is this even worth renoing?
Maybe... No.
What'd he burn? Conductor, Imp, Trolley. I might as well, right? It's so backbreaking for him. Let's do it. Your keyword tier list is very nice. Thank you. I had a lot of fun doing this tier list. And it's cool because I got to experience all these keywords firsthand, and I really liked educating people on these keywords. For anyone who watched the video, did I release this one on YouTube yet? I think I did. Yeah, where I did a whole like PowerPoint presentation. I made a whole presentation basically giving a brief overview of every keyword. So I had a slide that explained how the keyword worked, when it came out, and I highlighted some like popular common cards for that keyword. Because a lot of people who watch, right, they didn't play the game during these older keywords. So some people have never seen these keywords before, ever. So I thought it was really fun because I got to educate people and show people these older keywords and kind of got to like reflect on them in modern Hearthstone. And yeah, it was a fun tier list for sure. play Baron. Let's do the draw. So next turn, I will probably Dirty Rat into Ziliax. But I'm assuming I win this game. I would concede if I was him. I think they will when they return the Caverns Twist. Yeah, like I said, I really, really hope they do like a Caverns of Time-esque set again. Because while I don't think Caverns of Time was perfect, I think it was a cool idea, for sure. You should try even Hero Power Druid. Yeah, so Wednesday, probably Wednesday and Thursday, I'll be playing Standard, and I'll be accepting viewer-submitted decks, and I'll be playing even and odd decks. So, yeah, Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be experimenting with a bunch of different even and odd decks and things like that. Let's see what we get.
It's completely safe. Just don't spill
All right, let's deny him. Oh, no, he still gets it. Whenever it takes damage. Whatever. We still won this. Like I said, I would concede if I was him. I'm surprised he hasn't already. Sure. Mechs. Give me mechs. I do feel like I never saw the Inspire keyword. Yeah, the Inspire is very, very forgettable. I think I had it bottom of the barrel, right? Yep, Inspire was in D. Bro, you just made this Warlock uninstall. You're the reason why the player count is falling. If I was this guy, the second I dropped Reno, I would have conceded. The game was obviously over at that point. So I don't know why he's holding on here. This is why it's always so funny to me that sometimes people complain about control decks so much, but part of the problem is people don't know how to concede. This game could have been over 5 minutes ago. This guy's dragging it out 5 minutes more. Like, he literally wasted 10 minutes of his life getting, you know, he's probably all pissed off. Just concede and move on to the next game. Like, you're just making this harder on yourself. Actually, this Boom Boss, while he still has a card left in his deck. People don't know how to concede. Sounds nice. Like I said, if you're in a matchup, I do it, right? If you're in a matchup, you're just not going to win, or the game is so far gone. Just concede, man. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your opponent's time. At least tap and go out like a man. Do it. He's hovering over it. Do it. Do it. Kill yourself. Wow. Come on. Couldn't even go out with a bang. Bruh, I rated Invoke like C, but that's because it's very unclear. I like the idea of improving your win con and triggering different effects, but it needs some interface work. Yeah, I love it's, you know, Invoke and Cthulhu are very, very similar, and they're my two favorite cards of all time. Like you said, I love the idea of building up this win condition over the course of the game and then dropping this big flashy play. It feels so good. Is Echo so low because of Snip Snap or just because it was clunky? Just because it was clunky. You know, if they redid Echo in modern cards, it might be better. But I just feel like Echo, at least as is, just, yeah, wasn't a very strong mechanic. And I talk about it a bit in the tier list video, but it's hard because some of the keywords, the keyword themselves isn't bad, but the cards that were printed with it are bad. You know, there's some keywords that came out early on in Hearthstone that the cards are terrible, but the keyword isn't necessarily bad. So if they came out with modern versions of those cards, it might be better. It's hard to tell. Oh, that's cool. Keep him. Just keep all this? Sure. Snowlinks, I'll say good evening, night to all. I noticed it is 3 a.m. Oh, shit. Which totally explains the weight of my eyelids. It was fun. I'll be here on another day. Yeah, thanks for watching. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So hopefully I'll see you Wednesday. Yeah, thanks for watching. Oswald, kill yourself now. Hey guys, we're playing Even Warrior. You guys were asking me to play Even and Odd. Cthulhu's very cool, but they're too tame with the interaction. It's all if your Cthulhu has plus 10 attack, do a backflip. Yeah, I very much would like to see Cthulhu reimagined in modern Hearthstone. Like that, and that's where I think they dropped the ball with the Caverns of Time. You know, Caverns of Time, they did buff some of the old Cthulhu cards, but they should have went more. You know, a lot of the Cthulhu cards, even with the buffs, still suck in modern Hearthstone. They should have buffed them even more. Like, I think Eye Stalk of Cthulhu is a really good example of a good modern Cthulhu card. But like I said, even with the buffs, the old cards still suck for the most part. Oswald clipped and spread across the web. You're toast. No one clipped it out of context. But like I said, it's weird to me because I play Magic, and Magic constantly revisits old mechanics and old keywords. Hearthstone never does. And it's weird because on one hand, I think Hearthstone avoids old mechanics and old keywords because they're worried that the players will think it's lazy, right? People will be like, oh, Blizzard can't think of new ideas. They just keep using their old ideas. But it's funny because when Magic does it, people love it. Like, there are mechanics and keywords that people in Magic love. And when they bring them back, people are very happy. So I don't know. I don't know if the Hearthstone community would react that way, or if Blizzard is just mistaken in assuming they would. But like I said, at least with Magic, when they come back to like old mechanics and old keywords, people are generally happy. Especially there's a lot of like fan favorite ones and stuff. Yeah, this one mana hero power is nice. Oh, he's spell minion or spell mage. So Dirty Rat does nothing. That's just Lava Gorger. Zephyrs? Yeah, it was Zephyrs. Bruh, the funniest one is Veclor. It's like your Cthulhu has 10 attack, get a slight tempo advantage. Yeah, I like the idea of having these cards that, you know, like they also get stronger as Cthulhu gets stronger. But as you mentioned, just very weak, especially in the modern game. Like back in the day, they weren't that bad, right? The warrior one that gives you 10 armor, I remember playing that card. The priest one isn't terrible. Yeah, some of the Cthulhu payoffs weren't that bad back in the day, just they suck now. But I want to do a video at some point talking about Hearthstone reusing keywords. Because like I said, I don't understand why they don't do it, or why they're so reluctant. Do I just play Kronks? And then Galakrond next turn? I like how I'm going to Galakrond and potentially immediately replace it with Reno. I think I do. He's already upgraded once. I'll just play him. Vagabond rating AQ40, though thematically the cards make sense when you actually fight the boss himself in World of Warcraft. So I'm not super familiar with WoW, but you mind elaborating on that? Like thematically, how did they transition the raid to the cards? Did they do a good job? Oh, is there anything Zephyrs can give me here? Do I just hang on? Coin Reno next turn? Play this for the armor? Could this give me like Frost Nova? It will. If it doesn't, you're banned. God damn it. Whatever, take the brawl. That was still an okay outcome. In World of Warcraft, in his first phase, he's basically immune to damage to the cards that give you armor, etc. like that. And Veclor has a twin boss that splits the HP. Yeah, Veclor's a cool card. Veclor was played a lot back in the day. But even with the buffs, like I said, even with Veclor being buffed, it still sucks in modern Hearthstone. If I Bran here, am I dead? He's got 9 damage on board. If I hero power, I'm at what, 16? He's got 1 discounted card. Is he going to deal 16 damage to me with 9 mana? I think I'm okay, right? Famous last words. Next turn I can Reno. Oh, Reno hero power is going to be 1. That's nice. Yeah, so depending what he does here, I have multiple options. I have OG Reno. I have new Reno. What is that? All right, I'm talking to Reno. New Reno. Bruh, 8. I'm not dead. I'm not dead, guys. 8 mana, 3/3 rush, battle cry, destroy your hero. Works with the demon seed. Yeah, so I guess a funny example is, what is it? Devoted Maniac. Compare Devoted Maniac to the Excavate Rush guy. 4 mana 2/2 rush with set mechanic versus a 5 mana 6/5 rush with set mechanic. Like, the power creep's just insane. Alright, I think we're okay. Next turn I'll Reno just to be safe. He's got 1 discounted card. Okay. Oh, I forgot he played Deck of Lunacy. Oh yeah, I'm not worried about getting burst down then. His whole deck's just RNG. Devoted Maniac should be a 3 mana or 4/1. Oh yeah, 100%. And I keep talking, I keep saying it, but I have so many ideas for videos. And one video I want to do is basically reimagining Galakrond cards if they came out today. Like, another example is Shield of Galakrond, right? If Shield of Galakrond came out today, it'd be 4 mana, at least.
Crazy. Just might work.
Or even 3 mana, but lower the stats a little bit. Like, 5 mana is just so bad for this card. That's Reno, just to be safe.
We're gonna be rich.
Oh, wait. Does Steam Cleaner wipe his whole deck? Because his whole deck got transformed, right? Does that work the way I think it does? I'll just take Dirty Rat. Maybe he generates a minion in his hand somehow. I just love Shield of Galakrond. It feels perfectly balanced. Really? You don't think Shield would be a 4 mana card if it came out today? Aw, sorry, guy. Also, I'm 99% sure this just wipes his whole deck, if I understand the situation correctly. Oh, Sphyranius has a will. Okay, I have faith. Although you steered me wrong last time. Last time you told me that Zephyrs would give me Frost Nova, and it didn't. So I don't know if I could trust you. All right, you're 50-50 now.
No one will believe.
This is draw, right? All right, let's play this. Free Dirty Rat. Yeah, at least this guy conceded. Probably the worst power creep, or sorry, the worst invoke power creep is Fate Weaver. If you evoke twice, reduce the cost of cards in your hand by 1. Is that's the priest one, right? Or actually, I will say, bruh, if they were to keep Shielded Galakrond at 5, maybe make it so it invokes twice. Was it Fate Weaver, I think? Vagabond, you said? Oh, yeah. Yeah, some of, if not all, of the invoke twice payoffs definitely suck nowadays. This is cool. For anyone who watched the Galakrond Rogue stream, I did a Galakrond Wishing Well Rogue at one point to take advantage of this, so that was fun. Yeah, this sucks. This sucks. Warlock has no problem drawing cards. This was cool. I played with this earlier and it was cool. Yeah, the priest one's not great. Yeah. Oh, and we're talking about Cthulhu as well, right? Like the Cthulhu payoffs for 10 mana. Amber Weaver sucks. Does Mage have a payoff? Nope. This was okay back in the day. It sucks now. Does Rogue have a payoff? Nope. Warlock? Nope. The Warrior one was good back in the day. But yeah, I'll probably do a video at some point. Basically, if Cthulhu came out in 2024, what would the cards look like? Like I've said it before, but 100%, if Cthulhu came out today, there would be a card like Crocs. Where Croc says, you know, draw your Galakrond. If you've already played it, do X. I feel like there would be, you know, for example, what's it called? Doomcaller? Yeah. I feel like if Cthulhu came out today, it would say Battlecry, draw your Cthulhu. If it's dead, shuffle it into your deck. You know, in modern Hearthstone, they're very much into printing cards that help you draw into like the big splashy effects, right? So I feel like there would be a card that just said draw your Cthulhu if it came out today. Bruh, it would be 4 mana today, but a 5 mana 4/5 taunt that summons a 2/1 with rush just tickles my fancy. Oh yeah, I guess it depends on what the invoke is, right? For some classes, it feels better than others. But yeah, so we finished off all the Galakronds. Took us 5 weeks. It was fun. I'll definitely maybe next week or something, maybe do a tier list for the Galakronds. I can kind of talk about how it went. But the next series I mentioned it earlier. The next series I do will be for all of the Death Knight hero cards. So I'll do, I have to craft Rexar. It's the only one I don't have. And it's arguably the most interesting one. But yeah, I'll do a stream for each of the Death Knight hero cards. And they're all pretty cool. They're all pretty unique. That'll just take us a bit longer because we got 9 of them. So it'll take me 2 months to get through. But yeah, that'll be the next plan. Svarania, have a nice evening. Hope you'll do attend your streams. I'm not sure about it. Yeah, like I said, hope everything's okay. Get better. See you soon. We'll do a stream for your birthday in July. But yeah, thanks for watching. Epic, that proc at end of turn. Give the deck list for Galakrond Wishing Well. Yeah. Let me get you the deck code for that. It was really fun, actually. The Galakrond Wishing Well Rogue was really fun. Where is it? Where is it? This... Is this it? No. Where is it? What did I name it something stupid? Wishing Well. I don't know why I can't find it. Galakrond. Oh yeah, it's not in my deck tracker for some reason. I don't know why. That's annoying. Sorry, man. It was fun though. Yeah, it was basically it was half Wishing Well, half Galakrond. So it had all the usual like Wishing Well coin cards, but then it also had the one Galakrond one that gives you coins. What was it? Yeah, Umbral Stalker. And of course, like Shadow Steps and Break Dances and stuff like that. Which the Shadow Steps and Break Dances are also nice for Kronks. So, you know, you could use them either on like generating coins or reusing Kronks. Yeah, I don't know why the deck is gone from my tracker for some reason. I don't think it's in here still. No, that's a standard deck. Yeah, sorry, man. But yeah, anyways, I want to thank everyone for watching. I will be back on Wednesday and Thursday where I'll just be playing standard. You know, I will be playing even and odd decks. I'll be playing viewer submitted decks. So if there's a deck you want to see me play on Thursday or Friday, go ahead and just post it in the chat and I'll go ahead and play your guys' decks. But yeah, other than that, hope you guys have a good night. Hope you have a good Tuesday and I'll see you on Wednesday. Take care, everyone.